No, I wanna stream in 144p. Fuck.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Whoop whoop.
Shay, you're muted and blurry.
Oh no!
I said, hi everyone, my camera's having a heart attack.
Oh no!
By the way, Shay, you were manually muted because you unmuted yourself during the intro.
I know. I am aware.
Did Onyx lick the camera? Is that what's going on?
No, I turned, so the lights weren't on earlier,
Computer
so I
says
turned
no.
the lights on. I know. So fucking stupid.
Oh, now she killed herself. There we go. You're fine.
What happened to
What?
your voice?
Why do I hear you twice?
I don't know. Your audio just fucked up.
Nuh-uh.
Hello?
Not on.
I can hear Raven. I can hear Woodrow. I can hear Luke.
Hi.
You sound. I can hear you, but you sounded really weird for a second, and then you came back normal. To me.
I have never been normal.
Well,
The
came back to
internet
your
and
normal.
technology gods say no.
I know this is gonna be one hell of a. You know, I lost internet last night for like a good chunk of time, and I ended up finding out this morning the reason I lost internet is because the little black abyss terror in my house turned off the power strip to my router.
Hey,
Yep.
that's
In the middle
messed
of
up.
me using it and streaming shows while I was trying to go to sleep, and then all of a sudden it was just dead silent in my entire house.
Oh,
Nothing could connect. Nothing worked.
That's messed up.
And I was like, I didn't want to go downstairs and do like I have to recycle the router, blah blah blah. And if I would have, it would have just been, oh, I just have to push this button to turn it back on.
Did you turn it off and back on again?
The Onyx turned it off, and I turned it back on again in the morning.
Close enough.
It's a very belabored process. Took a while.
I find it
Yeah.
hilarious that he did that at 2 in the morning because we were working
Yeah, that
on
little
building
asshole.
a campaign page until almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And
Yeah.
then you laid down and tried to stream.
Well, at least he waited until after the work was done. You know.
That's nice.
That is true.
There's at least that.
We'll take
Oh.
what we can get.
Was it
Yep,
the downstairs
there's-
router or the upstairs router?
I only have the only router that has anything that he can touch is downstairs.
Okay.
So it was the main router. It was the
Yeah.
one that brings the signal into the fucking house. That's the one that he was like, power off. Like, but
You don't need this.
bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of your Wi-Fi enabled pet devices no longer work with that off.
Oh my gosh, no. Okay, so the whole us like we were all excited turning the house into like a smart house. Do you know what happens when you lose Wi-Fi?
Everything goes to
All
shit.
of your lights go off.
No.
Like when all of your Wi-Fi light bulbs don't get a signal, they either go off or they start blinking, and it's like it doesn't
Oh,
matter
that's
if you
so
have epilepsy or
scary.
not.
And this
you're
is
gonna
why
feel like
I
it.
won't use that shit. Fuck that noise.
Very
I have
spooky.
these LED like lights in my lamp that I use for my room, and one day I woke up to like it doing this.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were
that's
just like,
freaky.
I was like, am I on a
What's doing that?
spaceship crashing? What's happening? Like,
Are we dying
Warning, warning,
right now? Are we gonna-
evacuate the sleep chamber. Warning.
feel like we're gonna die. I don't like this.
A cop was standing in your window just staring at you sleeping.
Yeah.
No.
Like, what's going? Oh, I'm on a second story, so that'd be really creepy.
Yeah, what?
You're floating, Benny. You're floating.
Oh my gosh, no, we don't need a Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, we do.
moment.
Movie.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
The
Movie's
movie,
fucking great.
the OG.
Uh-huh.
I remember
It's got,
watching that as a
it's got
kid.
Paul
and
Herman
I-
in it. It's great.
That particular scene when
Rutger
I was
Hauer.
a kid and I saw that, I was like, if that were my friend, I would be like, "You're clearly a vampire," and I would stake them immediately. And I was just like it's like a 9-year-old. I was like, "Clearly, you have become a vampire and are no longer my friend and must die with a stake in your heart."
Well,
I was just
how
like,
about when she stabs
okay.
Paul Rubens with a sharpened wooden ruler?
it takes forever too. Gosh, we have to watch that again. This is such a good fucking classic.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Oh.
It's tongue-in-cheek, campy, awesome.
It is so good. Okay, before we continue down all of these many rabbit holes, how is everybody doing? Sai, how are you? We know you got your new monitor set up. All excited.
Oh.
Nya-nya.
I had to look real close to make sure I wasn't doxing my face on any of those screens.
Very
vertical
good. Yeah,
monitor
you
is
are.
the way
I
to
can,
go.
I can see your face right there, Sai, right in the middle.
You're
Man,
lying.
everyone's
See all
gonna
those
see.
tabs.
Mm-hmm.
That's a low amount of tabs for Sai. You have
I'm sure.
no idea. Normally, you can't even see the fucking icons for what they are.
How does your
Well, we see where
load?
all the RAM is going.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is.
Yeah, Chrome.
That is
Chrome fucking loves you.
That is 15 tabs. Right now, I have 8 open.
That
Be
it's
amazed.
because you're trying to be better.
I am trying to
I
be
have-
better.
I have 4 tabs open. I've got my sheet, X, the stream, and then the YouTube.
I get so nervous.
I mean, I don't have any
any
room to talk. I have a lot.
Yeah. See, I try not to have a huge amount of tabs going all at once because I definitely notice a dip in performance, especially when I'm using OBS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if I'm using OBS, I go down to bare minimum. Like, what do I need to stream?
Yeah.
Pussies.
I have like 14 tabs open plus the chat popped out. So,
Oh, and I have the chat popped out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Luke,
Yay.
how have you been?
Good. Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, did a couple of lawns today. I went and mowed one paying gig, and then just mowed the lawn here at the house. But still, it was a nice sunny day. It was very warm out, and then kind of crashed out afterwards. So yeah, just finished up page 16 of Mercenary Guild.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's, looking forward to getting more of that done. So yeah, and there's a one-day show this weekend at up in Jacksonville at UNF. So I will be there on this Saturday from I
Nice,
think
nice.
like
Very cool.
10 to 6 or something like that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. The last time I went to
Great.
Jacksonville it was for Free Comic Book Day, so it was a good time. I'm hoping for something similar.
Love Free Comic Book Day.
Yes, it was at a really cool shop called Gotham City Limit.
Oh, good name.
Yeah,
That is a good
you can tell the dude that runs Gotham City Limit is this is his life. I mean, he absolutely loves running a comic shop, and
Oh,
there's
heck
like
yeah.
posters all over the ceiling. There's art that people have done for the shop on the wall. There's a mural of like Spider-Man and Venom that somebody painted. It's got an old Pac-Man arcade machine in one corner. Was playing all kinds of old Star Wars movies during the
heck
day,
yeah.
and different geek films, and just a
Sounds like a
ton
freaking
of
mecca.
back issues. Oh my god, it's amazing. Yeah, no, it's
Big
pretty
Nerd
dope.
mecca.
Yeah, statues, huh?
Is it a cabinet or is it one of those?
It's a
sit-down-
cabinet. No, it's a
Oh, it's a
cabinet.
cabinet. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
I
stand-up cabinet.
fucking want a full-size cabinet so bad.
Yeah,
I don't even know of what. Like, I'll fucking take it of Joust. I don't give a shit.
Joust would be
Like,
hell,
amazing.
you can
Cool.
you can
Dude, Joust in a full-size cabinet. Fuck yes. Sorry.
you can get a I mean you can make a cabinet with every game ever.
I could, but then I'd have to build it.
Right. Well, I mean there are also people out there that build them and sell them.
Build up.
And then,
Yeah.
then I'd have to pay them lots of money to build it.
Does
You're
IKEA
paying
sell
money.
anything that might
Your
work?
way.
I'm just saying, I need
$1,400.
people. I need people to very heavily support Dice Dames and Dudes, and so we can start having cabinets, and they can be in the background for all of the players, which
Uh-huh.
You know
could
what?
be amazing.
You know what? Talk to Philly. Maybe he'll give you a deal.
Hey.
Because
If they're getting rid of an old cabinet,
Yeah.
yeah.
he is Mr. Arcade Man.
This is true. I've watched multiple videos about putting them together. It's
That's why he
pretty
paid
cool
for all
watching.
he's paid for all his drinks at Heroes with quarters.
Is that it? That's why there was so much change. He was jingle, gotcha.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Totally.
Woodrow,
accurate.
how have you been?
I've been good.
Yeah?
Just working more, saving up for the lettering on my book, and then I just shipped out those like 7 to 9. I can't remember how many I put in there. Prints for you for the auction.
Yeah.
Just put
So
those in
7
there.
of
Those
9?
should be on their way.
Not 7 of 9.
Aw.
Between
7 or
7
9.
and 9.
I have
Don't get
ADHD. I
excited.
can't remember where I counted to, where I stopped. Numbers.
So wait, is the left
Which was
one
like
7 and
1,
the right
2,
one
3, 5, 12. That's good. Yeah, that many.
There's more than 5. That's good enough for me.
Yep. It's like there's this many. Whatever that
Okay.
means.
Depending
know,
on the
nice.
thickness of the print.
Yeah.
I used to work
That's a
at the
good
main office.
amount.
I used to work at the main office of an employment agency, and so I was in charge of sending out the forms that they needed, the temporary employees to fill out. And legitimately, I had a little hand tool that would stab into a stack of papers, and you would grab 100.
Jesus.
Oh, nice.
Just like, you jam it in.
Insane.
Yeah.
Sounds super dangerous. I wonder how many people have been killed with this.
No, it was just it was a
Sounds like a
it was a
good
Place your
long
bets.
a long flat top and then a short beveled edge, and so you just stabbed it into the side of the papers and
Oh,
and
into the
lifted.
side of the paper, so
Oh,
you can actually
that's
puncture the
far
papers.
as-
It's like, so you're just basically vampire stamping all of these papers, and
I was
it
down
can't be
for
great.
vampire staking it. I thought that'd be like just right in the corners. There's I got a staked paper.
No.
It's like somebody put a staple in there, but needed to move it or something.
The point is, it's really
Two
funny
little
sending
dots
Part
in
of
the
the
paper.
staple.
sending paperwork by the inch.
That's
I am a strange and concerning person.
You're-
He
you're
says
just
you
now getting
are.
that?
I mean, that could be any of us.
I
I think that is all of us. We're in this
It's
Hi,
together.
probably-
Johnny.
It's probably
you, Johnny. Thanks
Raven
for being here.
because
Come on now.
What
I mean,
Raven's
you know,
little animal-
yeah, that's exactly what
Johnny
I'm talking
doesn't
about.
know exactly what to think about us gringos, so it could be any of us.
Oh, no.
What's up, Johnny?
Raven, how are you?
Caught me with some Red Bull. I'm doing
Yes.
all right. I'm holding in there. I just finished the colors of the cover A for Fragment and my next project, and I damn near blew my wrist out on it. So I'm working through the pain,
Lord.
baby.
Oh, okay. Keep talking. I have something to show you that I just
Oh.
got that I love.
Okay, when I was a small child, I often watched. What am I supposed to say here?
Oh, we started playing music.
I did.
It's just a little dance party. How's everyone in chat doing? What we got going on today, chat? Here we go. Woodrow getting
Where
in
somebody
there.
toss Woodrow some glow sticks.
Yeah.
Oh wait! I can whip out my party hat. Hang on now.
I remember glow sticks. I used to put them on a
You said that very far away
around.
and wistfully, Sigh.
I remember.
Welcome back.
I'm
Back in
I
my
love-
day,
I
we
love your
used to
guys'
swing
vamping.
them glow sticks around, you see.
All right. This is what I was going to show you.
Oh, is that the carpal tunnel machine? Dude! Oh,
Dude,
man.
This is the weirdest thing ever. I got it because I've started having strain in my wrists. The downside is it stops about here, so it doesn't go down far enough. But I have another thing I've been waiting for that looks like it's gonna wait until 10 o'clock to be delivered today. Apparently, is it looks like a brace, like a wrist brace, but it's a heating pad.
Ooh,
but-
that's nice.
But I got this thinking it would be
Oh god.
what I would use. And what it has, it's got so it's got vibration, it's got compression, and it's got heat, and it goes through a 10-minute cycle.
Ooh. Is it
It
good?
looks like
amazing.
a dollar
Is it worth
store Infinity
Thanos.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Oh no, it looks ridiculous, but oh my gosh, if you have wrist fatigue, if you get like cramps in your hands, doing a lot of the different stuff that you do, like Mike McMahon needs one of these. If you've ever seen him do the weird bullshit double jointed crap with his fingers, like he would probably benefit from this. Luke, you might enjoy this, especially with as much as you've been doing lately, where your hands start to get a little bit fatigued and stuff. This thing is crazy.
It is very Mega Man.
Johnny, you have no idea. The second I got it and I looked and I was like, oh, I can make it so many cool things. Yes.
Oh, that's where'd you get it?
Amazon.
Oh, of course, Amazon. Of
Amazon.
course.
And it's
The
not
only store that exists
super. So it's like it's not super cheap.
Yeah.
It's like $50, but
Oh, that's not bad.
right?
Dude,
like,
the ones I was looking at were like 300, and I was like, I'll just lose my hand. You know?
I'll send you the link to this one.
Please!
$50, and the cool thing is, it's USB-C,
Uh-huh.
so you can charge it, and then it doesn't need, like, it can
Wait.
just
Oh my
run.
gosh.
Can you charge
So you
your
don't have to be-
phone off of that?
I don't believe that you can charge off of it, but
Oh.
Damn it.
and
That's
it's funny
so
because
cool.
it'll compress to the point where you're like, I think it's gonna kill me. I think it's cutting off circulation, and then right as you're like starting to get uncomfortable, it'll go and just like back off.
It's
You're
like, just
"Ah."
kidding, just kidding.
It's it's just so
You're right at
good,
the
and
point
it
of,
ramps
let
it
me get
up.
a screwdriver.
That's amazing.
You're like, oh god, is it going to kill me now? And to be like, no, you're fine. It's okay.
Oh, fantastic.
It's just going to hold on to my hand forever now.
It's really good though for artists and writers and people who are prone to things like carpal tunnel. If you have to go to occupational therapy for anything, like, dude, $50 get you one.
Dude, I'm
They're
sold.
amazing. They're amazing.
Now, Shay, here's the real question. Did you pay
Yeah.
for it, or are you reviewing it?
No, I paid for it.
Oh my god, I'm shocked.
I bought it, and I bought it because specifically, like, I went to occupational therapy and I haven't been doing the stuff that I needed to do, and I realized that I go back to her kind of soon, so I probably need to.
You're like, I gotta catch up.
I gotta do some stuff. Well, so the things that they tell you to do is they tell you to use heat, which this does, but not enough for me in the right place. So I have a second thing coming for that. And then you're supposed to use, like, it looks like a gua sha that you, like, rub your tendons and stuff out with, and then you do stretches, and then you do a little bit of resistance at some point.
Yeah.
But this handles like the early stage stuff where you're supposed to be like resting and then just kind of building up to doing exercises. This handles that level of
Oh, that's
things
fantastic.
without me having to do anything. I just put my hand in it.
I hope this is interesting to the 52 of you listening to it.
Hi, 52 people watching. I'm sorry. I got real
Oh.
excited. I got super. Everybody go buy one. They're ridiculous, but they look
go.
amazing and they're helpful and I approve. Anyway. Are we ready to recap and start this bitch off?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Woodruff, floor is yours.
Okay. So I haven't gotten to say this in a while, but last time on Dice Names and Dudes.
Dun dun dun.
The city fell into disarray as an elemental phenomenon tore open the sky above Star Falls, dumping hot magma into the streets below. After
Magma.
a nearly dying Vervoc Opalstone ended up on Vidar's doorstep, Astrid was called to request the services of Shelley's trauma unit. During this time, Astrid received an anonymous call from Motoko to meet up about a job. Gathering at a Slurps Up just outside the chaos of the city, Motoko described their goal of infiltrating a club called Ultraviolet and securing information off of a hacker's rig. As Motoko explains the details, 3 Goliath Pariah attempt to rob Slurps Up, catching our group in the crossfire. As Vidar knocked the last drug-addicted Goliath unconscious with his Brute Dynamics auto rifle, the sound shakes the 2 orc patrons from their digital world as they expeditiously leave the restaurant. And that's where we've sort of already taken care of 2 of the 3 pariah. One was scared and intimidated into running off by Vidar's roar and Shelley's assault. And then the other 2 were essentially knocked out by Shay's telekinetic scream and then Vidar's auto rifle non-lethal rounds. And you guys have the slurps up sort of to yourself as one of the guy who helped you originally, who would seem nonchalantly, is kind of cowering behind the counter, just shaking.
I'm going to lean over the counter and say, so about that to-go order.
Yeah, just what do you order it? It's on me. Thank you. He sort of stands up and looks around and he's like, oh, and then another person sort of comes out the back and you see this large, almost like dinosaur form, like almost Ducky from Land Before Time, but very big with the long, what is it called on the back of their heads? Like almost like a crest or something, but
The ridge thing, yeah.
Yeah, he sort of comes out with like noodles in a little strainer and he's like, whoa. What was that? What happened?
Whoa, you missed it, bro.
Oh, dude. That's crazy, man.
Let me guess. Green smoke comes out of the back as he comes out.
It's like a giant cloud of smoke.
No wonder the pasta was so sticky. That wasn't starch.
Oh, terrible.
No, it's not starch, it's soy. Everything
Yeah.
is soy.
This way.
My
We
boobs,
were
thank
warned
you.
it was all soy. Yeah. But... Oh my god. Okay.
I'm gonna rifle some pockets.
Okay, that's what I thought. One of the first things to
Yeah.
do. So, on the bodies, you essentially loot 2 uses of Zerk. That's the drug that they took that threw them into a rage. So there's 2 vials of that. There's 2 collapsing batons. They're essentially just a light hammer. They do a D6, I believe, and they are collapsible, which means you can you get advantage to like hide them, sneak them into places if someone likes try to pat you down. You can slide a hand and have advantage on the roll to hide it, and then you get, if you want to go into the more invasive searching, like removing their cyberware, they have NOS systems that are direware. So there's 2 direware NOS systems,
Ooh.
Neuralinks, and then there's 1 set of animal arms. One of them had cybernetic arms, but they don't
Yes.
seem to be very big into cybernetics. Those are the only that they have, and then they have 2 pairs of reinforced leather clothes if you want them. They're like a nice leather bomber jacket with like leather pants and shit. If you want to take the leather and reuse it or sell it or whatever. Or
Dibs
just
on
throw
the
them out.
animal arms.
I was gonna say, so I want to start dismembering the cybernetic parts of it, and I just hold up the arms and I'm like, Shelly, can we even use these?
I'm sure we'll find someone who needs them. Toss them in my shell. Then I
Alright.
open it like a Pokeball.
The top part opens like a
Love
trunk.
it.
My bag of
Just
clothing
shoving
is
sh-
inside.
Shelly, you really gotta clean this bitch out. It's getting full.
Don't remind me. I can't reach back there anymore. No one will help me on the weekends.
Well, let me know. We'll get it done. My gosh, you're just so
Oh, go
disorganized.
enjoy your weekend. That's all right.
So-
she just refuses to let anyone help her.
These are dude-sized arms,
Most
right?
old women.
Yeah, they're Goliath, so they're Goliath size, so they're pretty
Damn
big.
it. So, no one volunteering to do the Rebecca from Edge Runners, where she had those huge, massive fucking arms on her
Giant
little body.
fucking arms. That's hilarious.
Oh, that would have been so fun.
I feel like it would
You can
get
use
annoying
purpose
after a while.
or trade them in,
You-
or something like that.
I'll
like
take
a
one of the leather
gorilla.
coats and one of the collapsible batons.
Okay. So go ahead on your sheet. You can put a custom item, collapsible baton, and leather armor.
I'll give the drugs to Raven.
Woohoo! Yippee!
Yeah, I was gonna say Raven probably is gonna be the one to put the cybernetic stuff, so like the NOS systems, the arms, and then because of Motoko now the drugs. So put those on your sheet, girl.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'll
so
take
when-
arms and drugs.
When these guys wake up, one of them will be armless, and they won't have their subscription to any Neuralink. They'll have to go get a new.
It'll just be your subscription has lapsed. It's like
We're no
looping
longer
in their
part of
brain.
society.
Well, maybe they'll think twice before they just jump people that are trying to eat in a.
I was just
The
trying
shop.
to enjoy my damn noodles,
Mm-hmm.
make a deal, get some money, and then that shit happens.
Free animal arms. We gotta figure out how to advertise this. Put it on the web.
Put it on Cyber Craigslist.
Oh, here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. The gentleman we stole it from, he's gonna want him back at some point. We market it towards him specifically.
Oh, that's perfect. Easy.
Just give
Send
him a paint job.
Email.
Yeah.
Like mail
We
to
know him
MailChimp
back.
subscription.
We remove some bits and pieces. You know, instead of like 4 fingers, it's 3. We market them as a 3-finger special, and there we go.
3 fingers.
We already have a customer who needs arms. This is perfect.
Shelly, I like the way
This
you
is a
think.
good business plan.
Thank you.
I just
I love it. Just out of nowhere. There
I look at
comes
the
Luke's
three
character
of
with
them
I approve.
concerned about what I've gotten myself into.
You like look at the dossiers and you see the stuff they've done, and then you like look back up at them and you're like, this doesn't match.
Like, no, it's good. It's good.
Start adding shit.
Yeah.
I look over at Matoko and I was like, what? We're just an entrepreneurial group, okay?
It's
Entrepreneurial. That's a fun word.
Right?
You can really chew
Oh
on
my
that
God.
one.
your
Yeah.
tiny little beak moved when you said that.
Yeah, that's how my lip sync is worked out.
Raven, you gotta come up with a Shelly Abby just for
I need to, dude. Oh, that'd be so good.
for when you can't be on camera. Just have your Shelly Abby. That'd be hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, model
Oh.
it off the massive turtle in Neverending Story.
Oh God.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That sounds bad.
Yeah, just don't put a sneeze action in there.
Oh no.
Okay, so we've pilfered. We've gotten our to-go food. I assume we've talked about the details well enough for the job.
For the
Other
moment.
questions?
Yeah. You guys know to meet back up, or to either meet at Ultraviolet or to meet somewhere before the mission on that day to get everything squared away. If you guys want to
Yeah.
go
Okay.
buy anything to prepare, new weapons, trade weapons in because you don't like what you have, anything like that, you got time.
Oh, I have a thing
yeah, you
I'd
got a
like to
couple.
do.
Yeah, what do you got?
I want to go see my comic girls, see if they might want these arms before I try to resell them to this guy.
Okay, so give
Can I
me
go?
a-
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are sort of splitting back up for the night. So I'm guessing if you guys are headed back to your respective parts of the city.
Oh, wait, before we split, I have a goodbye thing that has to happen. So I'm excited I get to go with Shelly. So I'm like, Matoko, very nice to meet you. We will see you tomorrow. And then I was like, Vidar, and I just run up and give him a massive uncomfortable hug for him. And I was like, I love working with you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Make sure you bring glow sticks.
Vizar just kind of stands there,
Well, you got 2 days. So yeah.
Oh,
and
see you in 2 days. Get some glow sticks.
right.
Then I just kind of
Take
skip
care
off,
of
and I'm like,
yourself.
"Hi, Shelly."
I imagine Vidar like takes out like the different pieces of his armor. One of them's like green for the acid. One of them's like yellow for like lightning and stuff. And sort of moving. It's like you kind of already have glow sticks.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, in the next 2
I like
days,
that it's
I need
humoring.
to find. I need to find some phosphorescent paint for my collapsible baton. For my quarterstaff.
Some fluorescent paint.
Phosphorescent, yeah, some glow in the dark. Like UV paint. Just
Gotcha.
like the
could
like
also-
the Tim Burton Batman or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
it
so
was.
that
Joel
is
Schumacher
a thing here,
Batman,
Yeah.
you mean?
but it's not really done with paint. It's actually done in AR. So people like when you're walking around, you'd see that on people's clothes and their face and face paint and tattoos, but they're not real. They're sort of just augmented. A lot of people have those sort of aesthetics on their clothes or like weird face paint and stuff like that, but it's just like their augmented persona. So if you're running AR, you can see people and like their little icons that tell you what gear they have and like shit like that, like their persona signature.
Nice.
So some people will have all sorts of glowing shit just walking around in the daytime.
I
And
guess
I'm
I need to
assuming you
make
took the other implants, the NOS or whatever, or was that the drugs that you gave to to Shelly.
I got free drugs.
Yes.
So when I when I went and was taking the cybernetic, like all the cyberware out, the NOS are things that I chucked in with the arms.
The arms. Yeah.
So Shelly has basically from that encounter, Shelly has everything except for you and Motoko having the batons and you having the one leather jacket.
I never actually took the baton, so I guess I'll take the other baton and the other jacket. Why not?
Okay.
Dual baton.
So we
wielding.
left these guys naked, weaponless, and missing arms.
Yeah.
Also
Well,
disconnected from
one of them.
society.
Yeah, one of them is missing arms, and they have to go buy new subscriptions and get new NOS.
And that
I
poor
appreciate
kid
it.
working behind the counter. Oh, he was miserable, and he's trapped in that job. That's the worst fate of them all.
Can we find some rope or twine and tie them up naked to each other in the alley?
Oh, yeah, those guys, sure. That's you meant the guy behind the counter.
Jesus.
The giant dinosaur man and the
Yeah.
weird human, the depressed human. Yeah, you guys
He's a
can
very
kind of like,
depressed-
climb up.
It would be a
You can
scandal.
Spider-Man them to a light pole or something.
Okay, I want them facing each other, bound together,
Oh.
and I'm gonna borrow like a Sharpie or something from the takeout place, and right on their backs highlight cocks with an arrow down
Always
to
the
the butts.
mature one. Always.
Look, I had restraint last season. That has ended.
Fair. Fair. Now we get the real side.
Yeah, so you leave them completely embarrassed. In the tied
You have
a
to make
pole
sure
somewhere.
that they're tied to a pole facing each other, but their arms have to be loosely wrapped around each other's
around each other,
hips
yeah.
and then tied. Yeah.
And then
So they look like they're spooning.
Yes.
They're in
as you guys
love.
are splitting up, and Shelly and
This will either really piss
Astrid.
somebody off or send the appropriate message.
Wait, I've got the better one. Can I reprogram the public address just as the speaker closest to them to play that theme from Blue Oyster Bar from Police Academy? Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
yeah, if you want to, you can. Yeah, totally.
Yes, it's
You just
very rapey.
hijack a speaker somewhere from one of the things. It's like playing an ad, and you just like totally rechange it to play that music video as the song's playing.
Ooh, personally, I would have chosen some cocoa melon. That would have been hilarious, but very well.
As you guys are all getting ready to split up for the night and go about your separate ways, you do see a couple people that are walking, sort of like walk past, look, sort of take a couple steps back, and you see like they just like take a picture with a tablet and like keep going.
Yes!
Oh no!
That's what they get. Don't fuck with us.
Don't fuck with our lunch.
You
Right,
lose your
it's
arms
more-
and your social digital footprint.
Yep.
By the way, each of you add 300 to your sheets if you didn't last
Ooh,
one.
Yeah, for the
300
upfront pay.
credits.
Yeah, because I finally just remembered
Yeah.
to take it off mine. So.
It's hard to do
As
with
you
my
guys-
left hand.
We're all heading out of Sunshine Hill. That's the area you guys were in when you went to the Slurps Up. So you guys did say you're heading out of the city, away from the chaos.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Shelly, you get a call from someone you've known. This is the person that when you signed up for the Onyx, sort of like quote unquote corporate police, and were traveling before you got to here. She was kind of one of your partners. So she's an old like Goliath woman.
She's old.
Yeah, her name is Tootsie. Is her first name, and her
Tootsie,
last name
that's
is
my friend I'm looking for. I'm looking for Tootsie, Tootsie Pits. That's my old friend.
you
She
get a-
sounds gross.
Don't judge her. She didn't choose the name.
You can change your name.
It's got flavor.
based off a real person too.
Ew! Pits have flavor? Oh.
You get a message from her that it pops up, and she's like, Shelly, I hate to bother you, but can you fly out to the pit? Some pariahs tried to get the jump on me while I was closing up, so I was forced to teach him some manners. I need help getting rid of the bodies, and was wondering if you needed a new harvest for your freezer. I hate to admit this, but after cooking all day and walloping these thugs, I don't have the strength to clean up my own mess anymore. Could you help an old friend out?
Oh, I'd like to turn on my front-facing camera and from a worm's eye view, take a picture of myself saying, "Okay." It's very unflattering. It looks horrible, but she gets the gist. I'm on my way.
Do you do the peace sign next to your
It's
face?
all the chins.
Yes. Every wrinkle I've ever had is on full display. Yes.
Yes. Straight up the nose.
Yes. Yeah, she knows. She knows that's my way of saying it. Yes, of course.
You get a little message that says "Bless your heart." So you guys all head back, but moments later, the trauma lab is landing in a sort of dusty, vacant parking lot out in front of the pit. So if you move the map, actually, Si, you got open there, you go east.
Okay.
Just outside the city, you'll see the pit right there. That's where
Yeah, there
we're
we go.
headed.
That's where my Tootsie is. Tootsie in the pit. Tootsie Pit's in the pit.
So you can see that there's it's a big barbecue joint. Nothing's around for miles, but the sound of crickets in the night. You can see the mountain ranges still extend far to the north with little white peaks reflecting the moonlight. Although, in the time that you guys have been in this the restaurant and come back out, it looks like that there's less and less snow caps on the mountain. Then south, you just see desert that continues into darkness before you see a little bit of ambient light in the distance of the barrens. And you can see a couple bodies out in front of the pit as Tootsie comes out with another body, dragging it and throwing it on the pile. And she goes, "Oh, you brought help, Shelly," as she sees Astrid in the mobile unit behind you.
I just want to be like, I want to be sitting there chomping like a big thing of like bubble yum gum and like blowing absurdly obnoxious bubbles, like while I'm moving all of the stuff that I'm gonna need to help dismember somebody. Just like it's the most mundane thing, and I'm just like, yep, here to do a job.
So Tootsie, I see you brought help. I managed to get them all stacked up for you. Plus, I nabbed something off them that's a little troubling. I'll pay you our old rate to look into it for me. Also, I got some Ankylosaurus shingle steaks to sweeten the deal if you want to take them home.
You know I do love my Ankylosaurus shingle steaks. You remember it all. Good on you. All right, well I'm gonna go ahead and get to work chopping this stuff up, and well, catch me up on what's going on. What's the tea, sis?
Well,
Why is there
lately I've just been going into business for myself, and you can see the joint behind her. You've heard actually people talk about the pit, the barbecue pit. It's a really famous place, but oop. There we go. I just turned off my fucking headphones, I think.
Sorry, why?
Oh, what did you do, Si? I didn't know that.
That's why I made that face a while ago.
No.
But yeah,
I typed in fat gross armpit and this is what I got.
She tells you that she's been in business for herself. It was sort of inspired when you left the Onyx corporate police, essentially. And so she started her own job, becoming a hunter and cooking the meats, and she's been making a pretty good living doing it. She actually pulls out something that she found on these pariah as she was going through them, and she hands you like a little data chip, essentially, and on it, written in sort of permanent marker on a piece of like tape that's almost falling off, it says Axe Watch Job. And she says that she tried to put it in an old rig, but it turns out it's encrypted, and she isn't fond of technology at all. You know that she wouldn't know her way around that. She's good at beating people with hammers, so something's giving her a bad feeling about it, though. And
Well, I got good news, Tootsie. I made some new friends recently. I'm getting out again. I made some new friends, and one of them's real whiz with the technology business. So I might borrow that from you and see if we can't crack the code, if that's all right with you.
Oh, that's perfect. I was hoping you would be able to get someone to look into it. I am curious what's on here. It's making the hairs on my neck stand up. I don't know why anyone would want to be looking around Axe Watch Point. So, do you want those steaks cooked, or do you want to take them home and cook them yourself?
Well, I'm not gonna leave here without the best barbecue in the pit. Come on now, Tootsie. What do I look like?
That's what I thought. I left one pit rolling, so she gets going in the back, and you guys can start to smell meat cooking as she puts them on, and it starts to sear. So what shingle steaks are is essentially like the ankylosaurus armor. It's a layer of fat underneath that with a essentially hunk of steak on top, and you just set it on, let the shingle cooks the fat, renders it, and then you flip it and sear each side, and it's essentially just a giant dinosaur steak on a scale, a giant scale. And then she essentially cooks you guys that, and you take, whatever, how many hours to go through these 3 bodies that she had. They don't have much tech. They do. These are pariah that live further out into the wilderness, so they just have like leather armor. They don't really have much money on them, like the other pariah. They don't seem to really. They seem to, when they get money, to transfer it into physical things. They don't seem to trust fake digital.
Yeah, we
numbers
didn't
on
get
the
any
screen.
money off those guys, did we?
Nope. No, you didn't.
Nope.
All they had was physical assets. That's one of the things about the pariah gang.
Days broke.
Well, yeah, kind of. And all their shit's back at their houses and stuff, and with their family.
They're like, we don't take our shit out. We protect it. Keep it under our mattress.
Essentially, yeah.
A gross armpit mattress.
So you get some new stock for your trawling unit. You get some livers, some good livers. Some of them are drug addled and you can't use them, but you get a nice little stock going from these guys. And
the ones that we pull out and Shelly's like, oh no, those aren't good enough. I just sit and I'm like poking him like,
yeah, like one of them just has a set of black lungs.
just like keep on essentially just keep on poking like the black splotches, and I'm like, do these things explode if I do this long enough?
You get an anonymous message pop up on your screen. It says, "Throw them in the barbecue."
No!
Oh no.
We would never sabotage our good old Tootsie.
That's
It's
made
just
me
meat.
steak. I'm
Cook
good. It's diseased meat with many drugs in it. I don't want to cook it.
One drugs, please.
One drugs, please.
One drugs.
So
Just one.
after the data shard is passed, the steaks are cooked, and the organs collected. The day essentially rolls over. You guys can take a long rest.
It's a fun
You guys are all
afternoon.
back to your place. Now you essentially have 2 full days before this job goes down. So if you want to take either a downtime action, look into this file, or go talk to some other NPCs or anything you might think of, like for instance, if Astrid wants to talk to Sweetmane or something like that, or if Luke wanted to work on some devices, you guys can sort of take time to do that. Just let me know what you would like to do in that time, essentially.
So I got.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you.
I'll just type it in the chat.
before-
It's okay.
But your character's older than me. I have to respect the elders. Anyway.
Oh, see, that's why I like it, dear. I just wanted to know what our downtime options were. Like, what is that? What do we got?
So anything you want. If you wanted to work towards a new skill that you're not proficient in, you could sort of start that process. If you wanted to go commune, since you're a cleric, or a druid, Astrid, since you're a druid, if you guys wanted to go commune with your religion or the environment to try and collect some information or something like that, or hone a skill, you could do that.
Yes.
Let's see. Shopping is obviously a downtime thing. Just let me know what sort of stuff you'd want to buy. If you want to buy like grenades, more different weapons.
I want to
weapons,
look
you
for
guys got
new
the starting
shoes.
stuff, so.
I want to look for new shoes because my shoes were ruined
Got
that
ruined.
last
Yeah, I know.
time.
Let's go into the
And
market.
I want to see if I can find shoes that have some kind of an upgrade to like what my rocket shoes are, like something that I don't know if there is anything that would be faster,
so-
better, could carry more weight, something.
So you could get. I don't think you have. Do you have Trackmasters as a cyberware already?
Where would that be?
So if you look in your inventory, you should have a bag that I labeled cyberware, and anything.
Yeah.
that's
Oh, okay. I see it.
cyberware will be in there.
No.
No, so you could
I
go
do
get
not.
some Trackmasters and just they'd be a little cheaper because it's not cyberware surgery, and they'd add a little bit less movement, but you could essentially get rocket powered skates if you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to spend some of my money on that.
Yeah. skates. All right. Any weapons or anything else anyone could think of? Grenades.
I want to see if I can get a spell for summoning water.
Yeah. So, let's see. As a cleric, create and destroy. Is it food and water? I have to look.
Oh, by the way, how much were the Trackmasters?
That's what I'm looking up right now. I've got several tabs that just
Okay.
popped open. You gotta get my $200 laptop in just a second.
It was a $200 laptop.
Yeah, it was on sale.
I'm shocked we can see you.
It's the little laptop that could. Cyberware. Scroll down. Cyberware. Here we go. Trackmasters are 1,800 with surgery. So without the surgery, it'd be about half. So about 900 gold. If you want 10 movement, or if you want just like a 5 move, like a little extra 5, it'd be 450.
Okay. So an extra like 5 feet.
Yeah, like
An
your
extra
move
5
speed
feet
up
to your
at the top.
movement, or 10 feet if you want like crazy rocket boosters.
Yeah, like I had the
Um,
surgery and I get 10.
Mhm.
But
And
that's
they can't be
because I
taken
don't.
away or stolen unless
Exactly.
you go unconscious and someone searches to remove
Yeah,
them. As we've seen.
don't tempt Shelly.
What now? Tempt me with what?
Nothing.
So the surgery is 1,800. You said.
Oh, good business.
With the surgery, it would be 1,800 if you want to get them if you want to get like rocket feet. You can.
Dude, but that's like all my money.
I'll pitch in.
That's okay. I'll get them for now, and then if things get hairy and I end up needing more stuff, then I'll start.
Do you
doing
need a
favors.
small loan
No, I'm good. I can afford it. I'm just saying
of $1 million?
it will be most of my money.
So you got like feet that have wheelies, like rocket wheelies that pop out essentially, or rocket roller blades.
Yes.
Or skates,
Okay,
roller
perfect.
skates. And then Shelly, you wanted to go. So if you want to go, like commune, there is actually. Let me open this. It's called the Hall of Travelers. Since you took a god of like traveling and roaming, that would be sort of your quote unquote temple.
Swear to God, I thought you were saying Hall of Justice.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Is it in this one?
If I go and I do
Meanwhile,
that,
the
is there
Legion
a
of
way to
Doom.
learn a spell for summoning water, create water?
That's what I am currently looking at. Because I'm
I'm
looking at
not
the cleric
seeing it.
spells.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it in the cleric list on D&D.
It might be
Beyond.
a.
Oh, there it is.
like a
Create, destroy
higher
water. There it
level.
is. Boom. Prepare.
Yeah. Okay.
Create
Cool.
or destroy.
But since these are sort of new abilities for you, you can sort of. Oh wait, as a cleric, you sort of have to like pray and commune to every day to select them, right? Like a druid.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome. So it's not like a wizard or whatever. Where you gotta like put them in a spellbook. That's right. Okay. So that is good.
Cool.
Where is this? Boom. And then, does anyone else have any specific things they want to get done in a day or two?
So-
I wanted
Continue.
wanted to infuse my hammer, but I was not sure. I thought they would show up on my sheet. I thought I had chosen the infusion choices, but they're not showing up on my sheet, so I had to look for them.
They're at the bottom of your inventory, I believe.
Oh, they're at the bottom of the inventory.
I think I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've built an artificer, but I think that's where they are.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Where,
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep. I've got 2 of those. So I wanted to imbue my hammer with returning weapon.
Okay.
And then I think choose something to imbue it with, right? Or
Yeah.
or I could do replicate magic item. Can I replicate a bag of holding?
Oh.
Yeah, if that's one of your infusions, you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And you
then,
just essentially the way you cast your spells and stuff, instead of like a wizard where you're making incantations, you essentially just build something real quick that morning, or alter something on your armor or a piece of equipment that you have to be essentially a magic item or whatever infusion you're doing it.
Yeah.
So you just Iron Man it in the morning, every morning. So yeah, you can do that.
All right. So actions. Where the hell?
Where is the Hollow Travelers?
Okay, and then so that's those two. Okay, and is what's his name is still resting at my house, right? Opalstone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna talk to him and see how he's doing. One and find out exactly why he is here.
Yeah. What was his
One other thing
business?
that I wanted to do was talk
Yeah.
with Sweetmane about just basically, because he's like a father figure. So I look at it as like, I come in with him probably being all stoic and having just, meditated or whatever. And I'm like a mile a minute, like, oh my gosh. And then this happened. And then we did this and I stole some arms. And then I had to go over here and I had to like completely help Shelly dismember a whole bunch of really gross bodies. And we threw a bunch of livers away. But you know what? It was really good because we got steak. And like, just like a mile a minute at Sweetmane of everything that's going on. It's like, so what do you think I should do?
He's sort of like meditating and just like cocks his head and opens one eye at you. Sounds like you have been up to a lot.
Yes, so I want to get his opinion on if he's heard anything about Motoko, if he knows anything about this character whatsoever, and
Okay.
two, if he has any advice or caution or anything before we go and do like this big thing. And I make sure that he knows that like I've got Shelly with me, so I'm looking out for her, but she's also there to like back me up, so it's not like I'm coming out of nothing.
Darn tootin'.
Yeah, he basically says, if you have someone you can trust to watch your back, this is good. But also, know the landscape. Survey the area. That will
Okay.
help you too. When you
That's
need
what I
make
want to do on day
decisions.
2.
Okay.
Is basically just I offer if Shelly wants to go for a walk with me,
Yeah.
but it's really to just kind of check out the landscape, find any kind of exits, any alleyways, any hiding spots, especially because I know that my stealth isn't the best and my athletics is in the negative, so I want to make sure that I'm well aware of pitfalls so I hopefully don't take those wrong turns
Good question.
if shit hits the fan.
While we're
Yeah, so on
walking
the next day
around,
we can do that.
Okay.
Next day we'll do that.
Yeah,
The,
but
day
what
2,
do you?
yeah.
Yeah, well, let me know what you want, so I'll write it down so I don't forget.
Oh, I was wondering if while we're walking around and surveilling the area,
if we could pretend to be tourists and snap pictures of dangerous areas, like, oh, look at this hole in the ground. They don't have this back at the pit. Something like that.
That's a
Guarantee you
hole.
Guarantee you the pit has a hole in the ground.
The pit has several holes in the ground. We just dug them.
Yeah, you just dug a couple.
And yeah, so
Yeah,
you got to add the
so-
baton in as a custom item. That's what I had to do.
We'll go ahead and do a roll now just to get it out of the way. If you want advantage, one of you can roll whoever has the best investigation.
It's probably going to be you, Raven, because mine is +0.
Well, don't discount yourself just yet. Let's try. Let's give it a roll.
All right.
Ooh.
I got an 8. That's why I said you should roll with advantage.
Sure. Well, Mr. Woodrow, can I roll with advantage? My feelings won't be
Yeah.
hurt, but I did get a rockin' 5.
Rockin' 5. Yeah, you can roll with advantage. If you're
Oh,
being-
thank you, thank you. Thank you for the
dating.
mercy. Bad news, everyone! 5 was the advantage!
Bad news, everyone.
Well, shit.
Yeah. So what you guys get is you get pictures of this club Ultraviolet. I mean, you don't get any exciting information with that roll, but the base information you get is that there is a side exit that is sort of for employees or like emergency exit if there's ever like something crazy that goes down on the club. So there is a side exit. There doesn't seem to be a back exit, which leads you to believe there's probably like an under to it somewhere, but you didn't see anything outside that would point to that. And you also get that this is run by a gang called the Neon Kings. They're a bunch of they're orcs, half orcs, humans, Goliaths, everything, but they have this sort of swag and style to them. They like their suits, their neon accented, augmented reality colors. They like jewelry, bling, all that stuff. They're very showy, like to show off their
You
money.
said Neon Kings?
Yeah, the Neon Kings. Yeah.
I like their bling and I want it.
But yeah, they seem to be it is a gang spot. It's run by a gang, but there doesn't seem to be, while you're there, anything shady. It seems to be like a legit sort of business spot. But yeah, with that roll, that's about all the information you'd get from that. So that'll happen the next day. But still, the day before you leave Sweet Main, he also says, hold up a minute. Around the city, I've been communing here on the Sixth Moon, and there is an entity holding these rifts open. Its presence here keeps them accessible to everything on either side. I don't want you to destroy it if you don't have to, but if you could either usher it onto the other side forcefully or convince it to leave and go back somehow, the portals might close on their own over time. But until that happens, I believe they're going to stay open and keep causing chaos randomly. And you would know from the news that's been going on from as you guys sort of like check in every now and then. You do notice that it basically says a series of anomalous phenomenon have begun to disrupt the city, Little Zion and Camp Silver Lake. So those are the three rift areas. Sightings of strange creatures moving around these areas have become increasingly concerning. The top scientists on this side of the galaxy are investigating the possible causes of the rift. Luckily, the injuries have been low considering what we are all seeing out our windows. So there doesn't seem to have been much discovered by the news, but there's creatures roaming around the city and all sorts of things going on. So there has been reports of creatures that you could probably hunt down and find.
Shade delivery.
I know.
The way he describes this entity, you kind of it sounds like he mentions things like thousands of candles moving in the wind and a fire elemental of some kind. But those are sort of the clues and descriptions you get from him talking to him about it. But yeah, so there's something in one of the rift zones keeping them all open.
Okay.
And then Vidar,
Yes.
I believe, is next. You said you wanted to go talk to Vervok, right?
Yeah. I want to see how he's convalescing, and I want to find out exactly. Actually, before I go in to talk to him, I'm going to take a look at the bag that I stuffed in the safe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what you find in there is kind of strange. It's thick obsidian slabs, almost an inch thick each slab. There's about 9 of them, and they're bound by 3 thick brass rings, solid brass rings. There doesn't seem to be any connection. They're just completely solid. And then the front has sort of a brass lock mechanism that seems to be locks the 2 cover pieces of obsidian, and it is locked.
Okay. So it's a box of some kind, but it looks like it's made a book.
Mm-hmm.
A book. Okay. Do I recognize any of the symbols on it?
There actually are no symbols on the front and back, but you can make an Arcana check to just sort of make a discernment on what it is based on the materials it's made out of and what you know about the arcane and spellcraft, all that stuff.
Let's see, Arcana.
Telling you, 9 commandments.
16.
A 16.
16.
So you're pretty sure it's definitely has to deal with the arcane in some way. It kind of almost something about it reminds you of a spell book, but not quite. You don't think that is what it is, but it does kind of remind you like it's got some kind of esoteric knowledge inside of it.
Okay.
But maybe not spells. Maybe it's maybe not spells. It's something else.
Maybe it's a phylactery.
Yeah, maybe it's a lich. Maybe it's a mimic.
Shit. Okay, esoteric in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And those
And
go ahead.
with the materials, obsidian and brass, you know that's usually linked to fire magic.
Gee.
Hello?
Hello.
Look at Shay with her bounty.
It's pretty
don't know
good.
which one is the cheating thing.
Okay. So yeah, now that I've taken a look at the book, not going to bother trying to open it or anything like that. I will put it in the safe, put it back in the safe, and then I will go talk to Vervok.
Okay, so as you go to see him, he had set up, essentially in your room, you guys set up a bed for him.
Yeah.
Aww.
And he's all bandaged up. He's got half of his face still out. With his, he can still talk, it seems like, but he does seem to be very weak still. Like he's gonna take it, some time to recover from this. So he might be here a little bit, but yeah, you can go ahead and wake up and try and talk to him.
How are you convalescing?
One eye sort of opens and looks at you. He goes, "Oh, I'm feeling a bit better. It's weird not being able to move on my own. I'm stuck here like a baby swaddled in cloth. It's
it seems like you've barely escaped with your life. You were not in great shape when you showed up here.
That is true. I gotta thank you for the medical care. I honestly thought I was gonna arrive here and drop dead. I just didn't know where else to go.
Well, you're lucky that I know some people that were able to get over here in time, and it's the least I could do. Something of a repayment, as it were. So.
Well, looks like this time you pulled me out of the fire, huh?
Exactly. Speaking of fire, what happened to you? How did that happen to you?
Well, if I'm being honest, I don't know what happened exactly. We had the portal open. It was steady as ever. But then something happened. There was an alarm that went off. I heard the engineers shouting about something going wrong, something corrupting. I don't know. I go in and I find the red gold and pull it out.
Huh.
The portal ripped open and the other plane poured into ours. It wreaked havoc, but I don't remember much. I was knocked unconscious and woke up with lava crawling towards my face. I think the heat's the only thing that woke me up, and luckily it was slow moving. The whole facility's almost gone. Barely any of it remains. And I looked, and this book is the only thing I was able to find. And he sort of looks and he realizes that he doesn't have it on him anymore, and it's sort of a shock. But he can't really move. But you can see it in his eyes, the way his eyes sort of rolls around, looking and investigating the room, and he tries to move but can't.
Don't worry. Your book is in the safe, in the workroom.
Don't.
I stuffed it in there
read it.
before anybody showed up to treat your wounds. So you and I are the only ones that know that it's here.
I read the whole thing.
I read the whole thing. It belongs. Well, it's a long story, but I got it from my boss. He was no longer needing it after everything that happened, so I took it on my way here. Originally, okay, this is gonna take a bit. Let me take a breath. And he sort of takes this deep breath, and you can see he's sort of like going back to the beginning in his head. Because when Ironroot touched down on Quay Prime, we met a native humanoid species, a race that referred to themselves as the Elmani. They seemed to be bound to the elemental nature of the planet itself. They had attributes of fire and stone as part of them. They were living. It was living fire and stone. It was very interesting. I made first contact with them and gained their trust, and they showed me these rifts that they use as part of their way of life. Yeah.
You mean, are they like the rifts that we're seeing outside?
Well, what's happening here are unstable ones that can open and close at, well, I would say at will, but I don't know if they have a will of their own or if it's the aether of space. I'm not sure. But something has torn it asunder.
I see. Please continue. The Elmani, they use these rifts as a way of life.
Yes, they showed us this red gold, and you would know red gold is essentially, it's just a rare form of gold that's used in like circuitry and stuff like that. But it is very, very rare, and at some points in history with the Dwemer have been used to try and make arcane magitech, essentially, which is illegal. Okay. After something, essentially way back in the Dwemer history, they tried to mass produce magitech, and it completely threw off the arcane balance of the ley lines and everything, and essentially death stopped. And there was sort of like an undead scourge that happened way back in the past that people talk about like a myth, but the stuff you know about the arcane would probably believe that it's actually more along the lines of truth than fairy tale.
Interesting. So you found a readily available source of red gold?
Mm-hmm. They showed us, and I reported. It was my job. I told HQ what we found, and then they moved in. Everything seemed fine. They were showing us how to traverse these planar rifts and go to what they call the Steps of Scorched Stone. And, well, the corporate structure sort of did their own thing after a while and relocated these people, and I haven't really had contact with them since, so I don't know how they're doing. And a lot of them, let's just say, didn't make it because they didn't want to give up their rifts. So when I found you, it was a nice little something to take my mind off of everything that just happened. So
So this has been going on for a while, and they've never been this unstable before.
No, I'm not sure what happened. We've been doing this for several years with no incident. The technology for the portals have been perfectly fine, though it is rare technology. It's some of the stuff that keeps the rift at the center of the galaxy, the gate, open. Let me see real quick. I can't remember what I called it. Open this. I think it's called the fracture point. But it's essentially a gate in the middle of the galaxy that goes across dark space, because there's a tear of dark space that goes across the galaxy, and people didn't want to travel through it because it was always bad shit always happened. So something called the Fracture Gate was created, and he said that that technology, it is rare and expensive, but Iron Root had essentially acquired a little bit of it and was using that technology to keep these rifts open. And something happened with the technology, and or maybe something on the other side came through, or I mean that has happened, but that it's not sure that that's the cause of what happened. That could just be a byproduct of the rift becoming unstable. So there's a lot of ifs, ands,
I asked Vervock, do you suspect sabotage? Is this some heavy-handed corporate espionage?
At first I thought it was us, but just getting what we deserved. But after thinking about it, I do think it was sabotage. But I don't know why or from who or who knew, or if it's someone outside of Crag, then it must be for Cerberus. But if it's someone within Crag trying to get one up on Ironroot for some reason, I don't know. The corporate politics are bloodthirsty, let's just say.
That's putting it mildly. Who do you think would have who would benefit the most from this project going tits up?
Well, direct competitor would be, let me scroll down to this, just a Cerberus Mining Company.
Right.
Where is it at? Blackbeard Mining would be the direct competitor for Cerberus. So if that's the most likely, but it could be anyone who may have wanted this source of red gold for Magitech for their company, or other reasons to sell it to someone who does want to build Magitech and make a bunch of money off it, or yeah, who knows. But the direct competitor would be Cerberus's Blackbeard Mining.
Okay, so Cerberus Mining owns Blackbeard.
Well, Cerberus owns Blackbeard Mining. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I'm getting this written down correctly.
Yeah, no worries.
Cerberus owns Blackbeard Mining.
Yeah, there's essentially four big, like, umbrella corporations. There's Crag Holdings, which is a Dwemer owned. There's Cerberus, which is Dwemer and human owned. Then there is the Lysanther Investment Group, which is Elven, and then there's Sang Industries, which you guys know that's Box Sang. That's Sang Industries. Yeah. He created his company, so he's got a bunch of. That's actually where Slurps Up is run by Sang Industries.
Nice. And so Ironroot, which is the company that Vervock works for, also works for Crag Holdings, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Sounds like there might be a data leak somewhere. Have you contacted any of your people? Does anybody else know about this?
I'm sure they're aware of the communication going out, and I'm sure people will be arriving soon to investigate, but I have not reached out to anyone. I woke up, I think a few days later, from my memory, if my memory serves me correctly, and made my way to this planet to find you, and I just haven't really done much since, so I'm honestly thinking if that's even a good idea. When I'm healed and can move on my own, I'll be heading into Allied space and making a claim against Ironroot, so for what they did there.
Well, then let's keep your presence here hush hush. If you have anybody in the company that you can trust, make plans to contact them and see what they can find, but I would not be surprised if there was a data leak. And possibly a trader trying to sell the secrets. This was a black budget project, right? How many people knew about this project to begin with?
Not many. Probably a very compartmentalized, but at the top, Zaraz Zaraz Crag. He's like a gnome, a really old gnome that kind of runs Crag Holding. He's been holding on to it for a long time now. He is a person that knew. He's the one who set it up. But beyond under him, it's probably very few, and they all might be dead. Maybe one or two, but yeah, not very many. And Verbach doesn't know because he's under all them. So
right. Again, that kind of, to me, that points to a data leak. You rest. What else can you tell me about this book?
He sort of has this look in his eye. You can tell he's actually kind of scared of it. He basically tells you that the people who read it, the book has a way of burning them up. It's best to just keep it away.
Keep it away, as in tucked away, unseen.
Mm-hmm. And he does tell you like a story that the El Mani told him when he was first arriving about like a guardian of theirs, but it took a very powerful arcane master to essentially summon and or construct this fire guardian, and its construction was written down and guarded, and it was guarded in ways that would burn those who were not worthy of its information.
Okay.
And he thinks that it's that book that, like, he wasn't specifically shown this book when they said that to him and were telling him about their culture, but seeing the book, he put two and two together. So that's his assessment.
Okay.
I do have a request if you're going to keep the book locked up for me, because I don't want to take it into out of the solar system.
All right.
Once I leave here, I want you to keep an eye on the obituaries. If you see me pop up, my last request from you is to get this book back to its people if you can, or find a worthy home for it. I don't know where, but somewhere that would keep it safe.
I can do that. I have a couple of contacts in this town that I can go talk to about this thing. I will see what information I can gather on it.
Be careful.
I will make sure that it is. I will make sure that it is delivered to a safe location. If nothing else, I will keep it safe and away from anybody that it might hurt.
Well, I know we both have terrible experiences on that planet, but I am glad I ran into you when I did.
I certainly appreciate what you did for me. Gave me a new start. The past still haunts me, but I like it here. It's quiet. I make things. People come and buy those things, and they go away.
Jeez.
Nice.
The door is
peaceful.
so welcoming and warm.
Yeah.
Just all come to my home. I will gladly have you around me. It's like, oh, it's great. They come, they give me money, they get the fuck away from me. It's like, oh,
Warm.
Yes.
okay.
Like the outside of a
And-
tauntaun's ball sack.
and then Shelly,
Yes.
as you are sort of thinking about this, because the abilities that you were given recently were the ones that were sort of on your sheet that I just put on there or whatever. They're sort of like the healing ones and the protective ones.
Mhm.
So you're sort of thinking about this, creating water in your own way, and you do your morning communion. Do you do your morning communion? Do you do it just in your trauma unit? Do you actually go to the Hall of Travelers? Do you find a nice location out in the wilderness? What's sort of your ritual that you want to build for your cleric?
Oh, I go to my favorite place, the sink inside my trauma unit. There's a little mirror in front of it. It's where I give myself a pep talk every morning and where I talk to God.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, have you seen those like motivational stickers that they made so you can put them on mirrors?
Yes.
I see Shelly having made her own with just like scotch tape and like a dry eraser permanent marker. She's just like, "You're shell-tastic." Like just like horrible shit
Like a
just
Yes.
all
hanging
over.
on- hanging on
Yes.
to the
Some of them are like
hanging there.
peeling off and yellowing, and they're not quite
Yeah.
like they've been up there for so long. They're just kind of falling off.
It's perfect.
Oh,
It's perfect.
it's a cat holding onto a tree branch, but now its arms are replaced with Goliath arms.
It was like hanging in like a champ.
So as you're sort of giving yourself your little pep talk in the morning in the mirror, you are looking at yourself and you notice that you see you in the mirror, but at sort of that negative space outside of you that you're focusing on turns to like gets sort of dark, and you see stars and they're sort of moving, and then it sort of covers over where your face is, your visage, and all you see is space for a moment. And it's weird. You've had in the past sort of these meditative experiences. It's sort of what brought you to a holier place earlier in your life to follow down this path, and you actually see Quay Prime sort of floating in space as your vision sort of focuses. And before you, even from this distance that you see it, you can see the ground sort of splitting open, flame sort of exploding, reaching out into orbit, almost like when you see bursts coming off the sun. Soon the whole planet is engulfed in an unending flame. It resembles more of a second sun in the solar system than the planet it was before. As that light sort of grows bright, it becomes hard to look at, and you sort of are hit with this just blinding flash that then sort of starts to fade back into darkness. But in that, you sort of see this black silhouette of a bald man reading something from behind, holding it out in front of him. It almost looks like he's reading a book or a scroll. And as your vision adjusts, you see the back of the man's head is covered in scars. Over his shoulder, you can see sort of the parchment he is reading, and it looks like poorly tanned leather with arcane scrawlings on it that you don't comprehend. As he continues to read it, the leather moves in his hands. It lurches towards him, attaching itself to the man's face. He sort of leans back and pulls at the leather, pulls at the leather as it tightly comes across his face. His mouth is covered, but
face hugger.
Yeah, except it looks like leather. His mouth is
That
covered,
looks like
but
that
open.
face hugger cosplay mask that they made, like that everybody kept putting around when COVID first started, and they were like, "This is going to be my mask." I don't know if you saw it was made all out of leather,
Yeah.
but it looked like that. Anyway, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I keep interrupting.
You're good. Let's see. Yeah, his
Face
mouth
hugger.
is covered, but open in a silent scream, or a cry of laughter. It's hard to tell. You feel your skin crawling as your vision follows the shadow of the man as it sort of grows past in the distance to encompass Motoko. And then behind her, Vidar, Astrid, and yourself as the man's shadow continues to stretch into the horizon. When you hear a clinking of chain, and your vision is pulled to a new sight, back out to space, you see sort of a slimy, ethereal, green skin
It's
sort
shit.
of moving.
Oh, man.
And it's sort of the space, it's almost like the skin rises up out of the space that you see like water, and you can see around this green slimy skin are these adamantine chains sort of squeezing and wrapped and binding this skin. Your vision follows these chains away from whatever they may hold into the night sky, each of the 4 chains extending to different star systems out into space. When one of them snaps and the sound of a sharp, piercing thunder, your vision begins to spin out of control before riding and focusing on a single point, or a single light in the distance. The perspective changes once more. The star is actually more of a tiny mote of light, and the darkness of the space is actually a darkened room with many baubles and trinkets lining the walls. The smell of sulfur mixes with the pungent sting of acrid smoke. Heavy incense hit your nose. You see a 4-armed tigress woman shrouded in darkness. She is manipulating the mote of light with 2 of her 4 hands, magically lowering it into a bag of skin hair and bone held by the other two hands. As the mote of light gently disappears into the bag, her two hands rapidly pull strands of hair that closes it and ending your vision. You hear sort of a feeling or an echo of a voice in the back of your head that says, "May the trails rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The stars stay steady guides. And until we meet again, may Martha Moore's doings offer your boots in, or if yours should ever fail you." Fucking dyslexia got me hard there with that bummer name. I was like,
the best part
how
is
do
you're
I
the one
read
that writes it, and so it just makes
Well,
it
actually,
worse.
This isn't a name I made, so that's why I don't know it. I was like, trying to reread it.
Fair.
I was fucking it up. When I make them, I know what they're supposed to sound like, so I can just say them. I don't have to read them. But yeah, so essentially you get that that little saying is sort of a saying you've heard in your travels when you started to follow that sort of Dwemer god of travel. But then you sort of get your vision back, and all this happened in a moment. Now, not much time has passed, but you sort of got these 4 stacking visions that all sort of blended into each other. But then the second day happens. You guys basically, is there anything else you guys want to do with your downtime? I know technically the second day you guys do your little scouting mission, but that doesn't take all day. So yeah.
we come back and it's like we go to show the pictures that we took, and they're just like extreme close-ups that have absolutely no identifying features to help at all. And we're like, there was a hole? And there's like, I don't even know the scale of this hole. It could, like, there's not even like a piece of gum on the ground or like a quarter or something to try and judge it by. There's just like, I don't think we did a good job, Shelly.
What do you mean? These look great! I might need glasses.
It's like, it'll be fine. It'll be, you know what? We'll just do it live. It's fine.
Our imagination will help us where our eyes lack.
Yeah, so I think other than that, I think I just want to chill and kind of see if I can like meditate to get more in touch with my actual, like, oh my gosh,
Sorry.
your glasses, Raven. Get more in touch with like the druidic
I have
spirits and
things,
everything
by the
before we
way.
go and do this.
Okay. And then Shelly, you do also have that that data strip if you want to crack that in the days prior to the job, or you can wait till after the job to bring that up and do
I'd
it.
like to try before the job. Maybe it can help us out.
Okay. So during the days or the off days at some point, Motoko and or Luke, possibly both of you, are hit up about this data chip that Shelly has that needs to be cracked. Whoa.
What do you know about cracking a chip?
Well, first you dip it.
In guaco, we're talking salsa. I don't know these things.
Salsa. And thank you for saying it like a very, very albino shell.
What do you know about this?
I mean, you're the hacker, right?
Yes, my used computer is one higher than yours.
Oh. Well,
I checked.
you go first, and if you can do it, I'll give it an attempt as well.
May I attempt?
Yeah, go ahead and give
25.
me a 25. Okay. So as you essentially crack this little data chip open, it seems to be a job that someone was given. This is little details. It says the Priors were hired to go poking around Axe Point Watch and report back with pictures of the graves and any information that they may find there. This job was given by a Mr. Black as usual. Mr. Blacks are just like random anonymous corporates who give off these jobs. And it was given through an anonymous email. The file mentions not disturbing the graves in the cemetery, but checking them and seeing if there's anything hidden, looking for anything hidden that could be there. For this, they will be paid 4,000 gold credits upon sending the information to the email provided. Tracing the email, which you can do.
Which
And
I'd
is
like
actually
to do.
what was you have a 25? A 25 is more than enough to get that. That's 10 plus what you needed to crack it. So
Very good.
you trace that email, and it shows it originated off-world. So it seems to be a dummy email. You don't get much. It was just created for this this job. But you do get that it was pinged from an off-world satellite system, meaning that, yeah, it came from off-world. It wasn't from anyone on this planet. So someone off-world is interested in this Axe Watch point for some reason and is willing to pay whoever sends pictures to this email 4,000 gold credits.
So not Shelly with her brilliant camera.
Hey, I'm the one who provided the chip. You're cutting me in on this. Yeah, right.
Well,
Yeah, and
Don't you have like an
Axe Watch-
eye implant? You could have just recorded everything you were looking through yesterday.
they're all out of focus. Why do you think she needs the
I
glasses?
need glasses. This would fund my glasses.
You're wearing glasses.
Donate to the Shelly Needs Bigger Glasses Foundation immediately.
Those are huge.
Not big enough.
It's like a
So-
windshield.
They do shine like a windshield.
After the little morning tourist expedition and scouting the Ultraviolet Club, or the Club Ultraviolet or whatever, you guys meet up for this little cracking session.
Wait. I have things I wanted to do 3 days ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you can get that out of the way real quick. Pause here.
Pause. Stop. Side
I
needs
thought-
to do things.
Yeah, no worries.
I would like to fix my apartment after what the steam poop did.
Yeah, I figured you and Vidar fixed the hole in the ground and the the overflowing steam toilet.
B, I would
Gross.
like to shut up. Stuff happens, you know. Thai food. It's not my fault.
Clearly.
Shit's spicy, pun intended. You said that people were doing their little Tai Chi and shit out in the place, in
Yeah.
the park.
Yeah.
So I need
that
to do that since I am a monk and I am advancing to level 2.
Okay. So you
Level
go
two.
to the park. I think it's called Tory Gate Park. It's right under your apartment.
Where the hell's my?
Go ahead and. So if you move west, your
There we
apartment
go.
is Sakura Vista High Rise. Yeah, so Tory Gate Park is right there.
That's a big part.
Very, yeah, it's huge. It's like Central Park kind of. As you're going through, is there any specific spot you like? Do you go off on your own? Do you actually go off to where you can see other people meditating and working out and training, or you challenge anybody, or is it sort of like a Tai Chi yourself thing? How do you train as a monk?
Well, in my cybernetic neural implant, I'm gonna watch Kung Fu, so I can see
Kung
what
Fu
not to
style.
do. Yeah, whatever David Carradine does, I'm not gonna do. I'll watch some Jet Li and Chow Yun Fat since he uses guns, and practice my moves in the park. The other thing I needed to do was go and replenish my smart arrows.
Your smart arrows.
Yes.
All right.
I
You
need
did
to go
use. We used one, right? You used one, I think.
Yeah, that split into 3.
So it's 30 gold for a 12 count if you want to get more. And then yours are a little special because they have the upgrade of them for collapsing. So let me see where that is real quick. Weapon mods, where are you? The mods. Nano collapsing. That's for weapons, so that would be an extra 2.5. So let me see. Calculator. So 75 gold for 12 if you want them to be able to, like, the same ones you have that you can just wear on you and wear into clubs and shit. Otherwise, you have to have like a quiver with actual like arrows.
Yes. So I will buy those. I'm paying the 75, and next time I'm gonna remind myself to tell you that I collect my arrows.
Yeah.
Is there another baton in there? Since I'm a monk, don't I use both hands?
Yeah. You actually, so you grabbed one of their light hammer
Yeah.
batons, and then you have your quarterstaff that's collapsible, so you can sort of like a double-bladed lightsaber only have one of them extended, and it works the same way as a D6, I believe, if you look at the damage. So you can actually just have your quarterstaff half collapsed, and then your baton fully extended, and just dual wield, beat people. Like what are those stick fighting?
Yeah, exactly.
The art.
Are you talking like kendo?
No, not kendo, where they have the two sticks. It's like it's not Thai. It's
Peeling
Oh.
sticks? No.
No.
Not even close.
Shit. I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
You're not talking about the ones that have like the you're not talking about
Kali?
tonfas,
Isn't
are
it
you?
Kali stick fighting?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kali?
Yeah. Hey, can I grab
They're like
people's
the
chests
ones with the
and
bamboo,
yell,
right?
Kali
Can I
sticks,
grab your
yeah.
chest and say Kalima? And like reach through your flesh and pull out your heart? Is that a monk trick? Damn it.
No.
Yeah, my quarterstaff said D6 plus 1 when it's one-handed.
Yeah, so you could do that. One of the things you do see when you're out in the park is there's a lady who's leading a bunch of people in sort of different moves and like sort of like a class setting. And this lady, you would know, her name is Himari Kazuki, but people refer to her as the Bug Lady. She's like obsessed with beetles, moths, and butterflies, and usually has like some kind of insect in a cage with her. It's like a calming thing, and bugs like that are kind of rare in the city to find. Like ones that aren't mutated and enormously and trying to kill you and shit, like actual just
Yeah.
normal insects.
Or
Then,
being around us when we're trying to have a business lunch.
So you see her giving off a little class.
Is she
and-
Asian? Because
but-
I'm racist. I don't take
Oh no.
monk lessons unless.
No, she
unless
is
they know
a
what they're
she
doing.
she is a human. She's human, and she is some kind of Asian. Earth's kind of been destroyed a long time ago, so it's kind of all
Close
a
enough.
blend of. Yeah, it's all just a blend now.
She sounds Asian. That's good enough.
Earth was
I
destroyed.
love how
by
Raven goes,
predators.
"Oh no!"
Yeah, I'm not trying to be canceled, man.
Yeah, just don't.
Please.
Look
Have
away.
mercy.
Just look away.
Please.
Okay, I guess I'll pantomime her class.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you sort of start kind of mimicking her moves along with your Chow Yun fat gun play.
Without a
and
gun,
So
since
yeah,
I
you're
I
just
don't
doing
have a gun.
this. And is there anything else that you want to get done on this day? Because
One more thing. While I'm at the shop, anything else interesting in there?
Depends on what you find interesting. There's a lot of things in there that price guide, because you went to a ammo shop, so it'd be all kinds of guns: brute dynamic guns, hammer and forge, cobalt arms, hell weapons, which is H stands for high energy laser. So there's laser guns. They're expensive as fuck because they do a lot of damage.
I'm thinking more on the monk end.
Yeah, there's all kinds of monk weapons. There's nunchucks. There's your staves, obviously. You already have your bow. Tonfas, sickles. Anything you can imagine that you want. Just let me know what it is.
Tonfas are awesome.
3-section staff.
Oh wait,
It's fucking
will I?
nuts.
Can I hang a jacket on it like in Lost Ark?
Yeah.
All right, so training weapons, because I need to practice.
Oh, okay, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That would be covered under just lifestyle because those aren't very expensive. So that would just you could just whatever weapon you want to specialize in, you can get training ones. You can even get like the training pistols and stuff that run in dummy shells and caps. You know, cap Yeah, bullets are.
Oh.
called.
Do they have regular guns?
Yeah,
Like guns?
yeah.
I might-
That's
I might
most
wanna-
guns are projectiles. They're like rail. They're kind of like Mass Effect guns, right? They use rail technology.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. How much is a gun?
just a basic gun. A pistol is 600 gold, 600 credits.
Damn.
Mhm.
I dial up Shelly.
automatic-
We might be doing your graveyard thing.
An automatic pistol is 1200, and you can auto fire with it.
I just want to say real quick, thanks to the 110 people who are watching, most of you
Whoa.
via X.
Hello.
Welcome.
Wait.
Hope you stick around.
It's nice being able to live stream to X.
It is so nice.
I didn't know that was a thing.
111.
It's a new thing.
I want a quality handgun that has very good accuracy.
All right, you could get Sang, Starlight, Colt. You could get any of the companies you want. Which do you want to go Sang? You want a Bach pistol?
Namgol didn't start a gun company, did he?
No,
Damn it.
he started
Sure, why not?
A trade depot.
UPS.
Yeah.
Everyone listen to some person. Thanks for watching on X. Come over to YouTube.
By the way, Luke, I'm sorry you're the one that gets covered, but I had to pick somebody, and and Shay and Raven are pretty, and Woodrow would revenge upon me.
Oh no.
No, I think I was covered last season. It's okay.
All right, it's all right.
we
I'll
will
make a
all
new
have
hi
to-
mom sign to hold
You
up.
Yeah.
just like a shiny at the very, very top. You're like, hi, Mom.
Do one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So how much is the Bach pistol?
600.
And some
on
ammo?
your yeah, so ammo is going to be 20 for 50 rounds.
So let's just say
And
$660.
I'll add it to your sheet right now because I know what weapon to add.
Please do. And if you want to add my second baton, feel free, because I can't have it. I don't know how to make it into an actual weapon that would appear on the weapons
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
table. I can make a
Yep.
custom item, but it'll just say baton and not go
Yeah,
anywhere.
So we'll go light hammer.
Are you eating pixie sticks, babe?
Mm-mm.
Looks like you're eating pixie sticks. That's not one of the cat's liquid fish
Wait.
treats, is it?
Ooh.
Mm-mm. They're really weird jelly treats from when we went to H Mart.
Oh yeah.
It's basically like Jello jiggler in tube form. So
we went
weird.
to like was it Korean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to like a Korean supermarket. They have some
We went to H Mart.
crazy
It's a
shit.
chain.
They had some crazy shit.
These are what I
They
mean.
do with those markets. It's pretty crazy.
Like fish flavored everything.
They're oddly satisfying.
Slimy, yet satisfying.
Mm-hmm. Very slimy.
Not saying a word.
Boom. Equipment there. Now you got a mace, which is the collapsible baton, and then a pistol,
Okay,
and
get
a
down.
pistol.
Awesome. And the last thing I want to do, since they went and did a recon, is do a different recon with the lens cap off.
Probably a good idea.
Lens cap off.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Awesome.
Mm.
Only a +2.
I also really like the idea of me and Shelly coming back and being like, guys, you'd be
Nice.
so proud of us. We did recon. It was so good. And then we show pictures and everyone's like, that's a door. And you're like, yeah. It's an exit. And they're like, where is it? And you're like, ooh. probably should have wrote that down.
I love that you ask questions when we have conversations. That's what I like about you, person who asked where that door's from.
Right? Like, why didn't we think of that? We didn't have thought of that. We didn't think of that.
I didn't take any notes.
This is going to be more difficult than I thought.
A dirty 19, so clearly Motoko is actually going to see shit while we're over here like, ooh, it's a weed.
That goes,
Well-
Motoko's the smart one.
I've kind of done this before, and
And you can
I'm
go
kind
through
of
the security system.
yeah. I'm going to be looking for specific things like wireless signals and network interfaces around the.
We just
bar.
knew surveillance was a good idea. We didn't know what to look for, though.
I saw it on a
So-
trailer for a movie one time. People did surveillance.
It was the movie Stakeout, wasn't it? With Emilio
old
Estevez.
The information that you get specifically looking for that, with just an investigation, you won't get much about inside of their system, but just watching and with your knowledge of like gang culture and street culture and all that stuff where you grew up, you know that this is probably on its own network, its own little custom network with its own security. You don't see any drones with your investigation, so you don't think they're hiding any drones. So that's good.
Like
they're
Ed
probably all-
209 or like little flying things.
like little flying drones and stuff like that. Essentially,
Okay.
you don't really see any of them operating here. So you think the security here is probably all physical people. And then if you want to do a use computer check to try and crack access to see what you can see inside, you can. Just let me know if you're going for like the control modules, the data modules. I think that's data control.
Can I like put in a back door?
Yeah, you can. So that's going to take a few actions to pull off, but I need the first one to get in to the system first. to get
Okay,
access.
just to use computer?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, Cyberdeck.
And your Snoop is a 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Dope.
I had to find it on my sheet. A 17.
Yeah. It's a
6 is a 23.
23. Okay, so yeah, you get root access. You see that they have their they have a section, a module for control, a module for secure data, and then the module for countermeasures.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of want to look at countermeasures.
You can.
All right, what role you want? Another use computer?
You know they use computer, yeah.
Like to roll some luck. Would it help actually finding the computer that this is on, or is remote just as good as in person?
Yeah, so remote, because of your eye, is just as good. Your eye upgrade, as long as you can see like one of their, like someone who's connected onto their network, or one of the devices that's connected onto the network, and you're within 60 feet of it, you can just look at it and use your rig to like brute force penetrate it with signal. Also, when you were fighting the pariah, I noticed you said that it would take too long to hack them, so I'm just gonna do this. Your brute force attacks, like your the attack program you have, are actually just an attack roll against their the DC of their systems, and you can.
Oh, I thought I would
that.
have to hack them first and. Blah,
Nope, that's a
blah.
brute force. If you want to change systems, create a backdoor, or edit files, all that stuff that's a lot more involved, yeah, but that's actually considered like a brute force attack, quick hack. It's like Cyberpunk, so you can just roll an attack with that next time. So you know that's something I
okay.
said. So but yeah, so your eye is just as good as connecting your rig in certain scenarios. The only reason you would need to connect your rig is, for instance, like this Faraday, when it doesn't produce a signal output, because that's what you're piercing into.
Gotcha. So I rolled a 17 again, and I felt bad about it. And so I rolled my other die, and I rolled a 20. So I'm going to stick with the 17. So the 17 gives me a 23.
Okay, yeah, 23. So you get into the countermeasures. You see they do have an alarm. They have a defuse, which essentially the way defuse work is if someone plants a bomb on their system, the defuser as a countermeasure allows them to try and defuse it as a reaction before it goes off if they accidentally stumble on it. There is actually a fake shell on this, meaning if you were to fail if you had failed to get into the root access, they would have put you in a fake shell, a fake system, and just kind of watched your movement, and it would have all been recorded, and so they would have known who you are, what you're trying to do, all that stuff. And then they also have link lock backdoor. And a lockout. Link lock backdoor essentially is a countermeasure that locks a discovered unauthorized user in the rig. So as soon as you go into that fake shell, you're link locked, and you can't unlink without reformatting or without formatting and rebooting your rig. And when you do that, the link lock installs a backdoor on your rig that you have to then find. So you would know that this system, as you see it, as a backdoor. So they basically just want to know whoever gets into their system. They want to know about it and know who they are and have a backdoor into their shit so they can do whatever they want. But that's basically their countermeasures.
Okay. All right. I'm pushing my luck. I want to know what's in their control systems.
Okay.
Oh, can I cast anything? Am I there? Can I help?
So if you guys wanted to, because this is all kind of out of order, if you guys wanted to say that you did the first little scout, came back, and then kind of went back out again as Motoko was doing their rounds, you could be there. So I will say yes if you want to be there.
Please, I would like to be there, sitting in a chair very quiet, and I would like to just reach over and touch Makoto and say guidance.
Okay, so that is
And
a
I cast
D4,
guidance.
I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can add
If
a
this
D4
is our
to
if this
your-
is our scouting mission, I suppose
Yes.
that okay. Well then I will be there as well.
So you get to roll a D4 for
Can-
your ability checks.
Can Luke
For
assist?
one ability check of choice.
Well, it's going to be
Yeah,
this
once you're
one.
once you're in the system and Luke's on your network, yeah, because you guys all essentially when you make a team, you sort of all want to be on the same network to communicate and all that stuff without sending out signals, unnecessary
Alright.
signals.
Then I will assist.
Thank you.
Yes.
Welcome. Does that give them advantage?
Yeah, advantage in a D4 from the guidance.
Nice.
So as they
Thank
get into the
fuck.
system,
I rolled a 2, a 19, and a 3 on the D4. So I will take the 19, the 3, that's 22, plus my used computer, which is a 28 total.
Okay. And I
Wow.
rolled for the Snoop, the data, Overwatch, and you are good there. All right. So, control.
Thanks for tagging
No.
along, Shelley.
I'm just happy to support, dearie.
I buy her a
giving
drink.
you.
Do what?
I said in Vidar giving you advantage.
Yes.
Mhm.
That really helped. Otherwise, I would have
That
rolled
is
a
usually helpful.
I did
5.
absolutely nothing.
you popped
Oh,
a
there
bubble.
is.
I did. I was like, I want to see this bitch do it on their own.
In control, you get things for like their main computer, so turning that basically on and off, and all of the controls that you would have inside of a computer. You have the control for their each camera module. Each individual camera has their own little module that can be edited and changed. They have weapon lockers in the back that seem to be locking up some kind of weaponry. So there's a passcode to get into it that you don't have.
Stop
You don't
it.
get the passcode by hacking into it. You could change it though you're in here though, or whatever. And there is.
So we
the
don't have it,
controls
but you
for-
can just change it.
Yeah. Then there's all the mundane.
It's much easier.
Well, you're in the system, yeah.
Yeah.
You can fake spoof shit now.
It just makes me laugh because anytime I have to try and change my password, they're like, "What was your previous password?" And I was like, "Bitch, I don't know. That's why I'm changing it." they're like, "No, you can just change it. It's fine."
Well, you're not in the master controls when you change it from the site, you know. You're not...
No, I'm not.
So yeah, if you went up to the weapons locker site, could just pop it open real quick. You wouldn't have to type anything in. Like, open sesame. Then
wave my hand.
So could I run like, I don't know, false video on the cameras, so it wouldn't see me walk up to the weapons locker.
You could, yeah.
Then walk up to the weapons locker and pop it open.
I mean, the problem is everyone's gonna see you in person walking up to the weapons locker, and the gang is gonna stop you. So there's that.
Can I Obi-Wan Kenobi? Nothing to see here. Move along.
Do you have Jedi
This
powers?
is not the Motoko you were looking for.
Damn it! Stop saying my name, Jesus.
So you also see the
Sorry.
mundane controls. They have controls that control the lights, the thermostats, the building, the thermostat for all the refrigerator systems for the drinks and the food. And the food seems to be like reheated food. It's mainly a bar. There's not a lot of like actual real food. It's like more snacky shit. Don't know why that's important. But the controls for the
Because
music,
you're a chef. That's why. It's
I know.
important.
My mind started thinking about it, and I was like, "Wait, what would they have here?"
Do they not even have a fryer?
Shitty
I
little pub
was
grub.
gonna say
No, it's more like
The
a fryer,
second-
like air fryer. But
the second you started talking about it, I was
Air
like,
fryers are pretty
you-
cool.
you can hear Woodrow's chefiness coming out
Yeah.
right now. And it's
Oh,
like it's not like a real food place. It's like a snacky food place. They don't even have like actual food there.
They have a microwave and some heat lamps. And...
yeah, you get like pretzels and nuts.
One air fryer, just one, small.
You
a
so
Presto
got
air
Rebel out
fryer.
back. John's got Revel out back. Do you toasty?
controls for the AR light system for the shows and the music controls and the video projectors. There's all those, but there's all the mundane controls as well. But that's what you
Okay.
see.
Anything for the door locks?
Yes, you would see that too. All like the
Okay.
typical shit that would be there. Yeah.
Can I leave a back door in it to make it easier for me to get into the cameras, the door locks, and the lighting system?
Yes, you can.
Okay. That's what I want to do. Basically, set us up for success on the night of the sneak.
So I need you
Oh.
to make a computer check because you're
Oh.
essentially editing file.
And a monitoring program that will tell me if my shit is discovered.
So you want to put like a single countermeasure alarm on your back door?
Yes.
Just to tell you if someone finds it, hits it,
Yes.
or if activity is like, okay, you're just creating a log for your backdoor herd. So go ahead and give me,
I always
edit
like to
file
know who
action.
snoops in my back.
yeah,
All right.
who's snooping in your backdoor. Edit file.
Wants to
so
know
give
if
me
you've
a-
been penetrated.
Oh no.
Use computer
Terrible
check.
conversation.
Do I still have guidance, or is it a single roll? I forget.
It's a single roll, but it could be cast again if you ask for it. Yeah.
Cast it again. I poke Shelly. Cast it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna use up all my spell slots, dear, but alright, one more for the
Guidance.
road, and I guidance.
Guidance is a cantrip, I think, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
It is a cantrip, yeah, you're right.
Okay. I just want to
I'm
make
just
sure
joshing you. I don't know nothing about my spell slots.
Luke, are you helping?
Spell slots
So-
are at a premium. That's all Shelly
Yeah.
knows.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So with
and
the
Want to
amazing
make sure that we have as much information as possible. Vidar does not want this to go awry.
with the assistance of Adar, I don't have a 14 anymore. I have a 29.
Ooh-hoo.
Okay. all right.
Astrid
You
likes
racked
chaos,
up-
though.
Only racked up to a 22 on your footprint, so you get your backdoor set. You don't leave a big enough footprint for them to find you automatically. And if
Small
anyone does
backdoor.
find it, yeah, if anyone finds it in the next day
Wait.
and messes with it or uses it or disables it, you will know because you got a log.
Wait, the
So-
Toiger.
Good to know. Now,
Oh, by the way, I buy them some shitty bar food.
huh,
I want a pretzel.
Nuggies.
I really want a pretzel now. Oh.
So
Oh,
since
man.
since it would kind of look suspicious if we were, would it look suspicious if 4 people are in a bar as a group?
No.
No.
Why would that look
Well,
suspicious?
I'm an old lady. One
I
of you's gotta
don't
be
go
my
out,
caretaker.
Shay.
So technically, the place isn't functionally open. It's a nightclub. So, and you guys are doing this earlier in the day.
Damn it.
So
yes,
ordering
it would be
food
weird
from
if we were
here
all-
would be weird if you went in. It wouldn't.
So what
you
are
know,
we,
let
like
you
in somebody's car out in the parking lot, just shooting the shit?
Shelly's
assumed you
trauma
guys-
van.
Walk by
Yeah.
and post it up like you guys were talking, and then just
Okay.
within 60 feet of the facility. You don't have to like stare right at the place just outside the door.
I apparently did not get this memo and
No.
just continued to stare.
You like walked up, knocked on the door, and then walked away like, I don't know, man, I got nothing.
Astrid is standing
don't
on a
see anything.
dumpster in the alley, trying to look through a wall because there's no actual window there.
Have any of you actually done reconnaissance before?
I took pictures. I take out my phone with the really bad pictures.
They're all the
I helped her
same
take
weird
pictures. They
angles.
didn't get better.
Well done.
Thanks.
So,
What time of day is it,
Wonderful
Woodrow? Just randomly.
It's early,
Early
in the morning,
afternoon,
so
isn't
it's probably
Okay.
like 11, you know.
Yeah.
and
We're going to Asian Denny's.
slurps up again.
Oh my
No,
god,
you-
no.
We can see our
Can you
friend.
imagine we walk back into Slurps Up? That fucking kid would have a heart attack.
I mean,
Well,
we
that
could
one's
wander
probably
by
closed right now.
We could wander by that lamppost and see if those guys are still there.
See if we can get a photo op. How
That'd
many
be funny.
days we had them up there?
Yeah, definitely with Shelly's phone, we should be taking selfies.
Yeah,
When you
we
go
can send
there,
them to
you'll-
Tootsie.
Send them to- yeah, they don't seem to
Send
be
'em-
still tied up when you guys check. So you guys stop, get some more food, crack this little data chip, you get the information of this job for 4,000 credits. All you got to do is fly 2.5 hours north
Jesus.
to Axe Watch Point and take pictures of graves and see what's there. Then
Axe
send it to an
Watch
address.
Point.
North.
Oh,
And
so
you have
it's
a
not
flying
on,
vehicle, so that's why it's only
That?
taking 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
You guys busy today?
Nope.
No, I took pictures. That was that. Well, I watched Shelly take pictures.
Good supervision too. They came out great.
So, what is the medium for taking pictures in this universe? Are there like smartphones or?
Yeah, I just assumed.
It's essentially the same way it would be in Cyberpunk. Some people have tablets because they don't want to like put cyber eyes in their head. But people who have cyber eyes or any sort of like, which you would because I don't know if you actually have the cyber eye upgrade, but you're a cyborg, so you can have whatever part on you be cybernetic you want. But
I
you
feel
just take
like
these with
Shelly would have
eyes.
had like. I feel like Shelly would have had like a really old school Polaroid,
Yeah.
It only
Glasses
kinda
are
works.
Smart glasses, right?
and like she put her finger in front of it frequently, so half the pictures you just have like part of Shelly's fingers
It's the
in
true
the way.
like old lady with technology experience.
Yeah.
The point is, I want to use something disposable that can't be linked back to us, especially me.
Yeah, you could get a little, like a quote-unquote comm link. It would be like a little comm link or a little phone or something you could get that's like a data device that has everything on it, like you would, a smartphone or a tablet.
Little
or whatever.
burner.
You can, yeah, a little burner.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. It's a burner.
Yeah. Yep. And that would
Right.
be covered under your living expenses because you don't have a destitute living style or whatever. So you're actually good
All
on
right.
that.
Do you guys have a car, right?
We got my mobile, my trauma unit.
Ah,
Yeah, it's like an armored. It's
have
like an armored
rockets.
character almost.
Do you
So-
need a ride?
I have my bike.
Oh, never mind then.
It's a moped.
Oh, that's fun.
All right. Something interesting now, since we are getting ready to head out into the wilderness and do a little exploration of this grave site. I would like everyone to roll me a D10, I believe. Let me just double check on that. Let me scroll. Where did you go? Up top. Oh, that's the. I'm in the wrong tab. That explains a lot. Like none of this looks
Anybody else
familiar. What's
slightly
happening?
worried?
D10. I need a D10 roll from everybody.
Okie dokie.
Time to do a random encounter.
6.
8.
9.
9.
Hey.
All right, 9 it is. 9 wins because there's 2 the same. So if you guys all roll different numbers, it's either you pick the number you like the most, or I pick the number I like the most, and I can see what the chart is. So you guys would get to pick. But since you rolled 2 9s, we're gonna go ahead and take this 9th option. So let me...
Uh-oh.
9.
Oh,
Again,
I hope
anybody
it's
else
not
worried?
bad.
No.
I hope it's good because it's almost a 10.
Any of them were probably going to be bad. They're just different levels of bad.
Oh.
We will see. That's not how I make random encounters, but sometimes they are. So we'll see.
Woodrow, I don't
I
trust
have-
you.
I have made completely bad ones before, but they're called like the bad roll chart. I haven't made.
Important
them
to
for
keep
this yet,
these
so
distinct.
We
It actually
We-
is. 'Cause-
in our journeys, we come across a small bunny and pat
Well,
him on
let's
the head,
say-
and he jumps away.
Let's say you're doing a
And
wilderness
explode.
trek, and someone fails their survival check and leads you into some kind of terrible natural thing. So you'd have like a roll chart of just all bad, like natural environmental things, different creatures, different like maybe possible role-play
Yeah.
encounters. I do stuff like that. So yeah, I got this selected. This is gonna be good. I think you'll like this.
I always get
Okay.
so worried when you say it's going to be good.
Just a little bit.
So you guys all load up into the trauma unit and take off north out of the city for about 2.5 hours. You guys landing the trauma unit, you can either put it up on like X Watch Point and hike down to the graveyard, which is not super far, or you can try to maneuver the trauma unit down there with the trees and stuff. You might be able to get it close to the graveyard.
Just land on the
you don't-
graves. It's fine.
Technically, just so you're aware, you don't have expertise in the trauma unit, so the way you pilot it is essentially just giving it either audio commands or inputting it into the system where you want it to go, and it has it's not an artificial pilot program, which is like a person, but it is just like a AI driving system that will self-driving vehicle essentially. So you can
So
just
like
kinda
a
command it where to
Tesla.
go. Yeah, but the problem is its evasive abilities are a little bad because of that. Like it can't do anything super crazy like someone manipulating it manually could do.
Can it be manipulated manually?
It can. If you have proficiency in flying vehicles, you can fly it.
I do. Well,
Yeah,
I
then you
have
could
vehicles
attempt-
land in vehicles space.
Then you couldn't. It's a different setup, different controls. You can fly vehicles that go out into space, though.
Can I just drive it on the road?
It doesn't have.
You're trying to take my vehicle?
Just in
This
case
is true.
it goes.
It's also not your
haywire.
vehicle.
Yeah, all this discussion, I'm not even well, how do I know if I have a proficiency in anything involving my vehicle?
So if you look at your sheet, which
Yeah.
it underneath the saves, like you have your saves on the very far left down, you'll have like your proficiencies in your weapons, your armors, and tools and stuff. And I believe you don't have vehicles on there, but you could learn. You could do that as part of one of your downtime things, is to slowly learn how to actually fly it. But you sort
Okay,
of were
I'm gonna put that in my notes.
so excited to buy it when you got the money, you forgot that you have to learn how to fly the thing.
I didn't really need a license or anything to drive it, so I didn't think I needed it.
Yeah, you don't. They have programs with licenses for you. So that's the cool thing.
Yes.
It's like a chauffeur program, basically. Let's see. What's that? All right. I'm gonna share something with you real quick. Let me do my tabs. Sorted. Open this. Share this. Present.
Present.
Share the screen. Window. This one. Share.
Oh, good.
Hmm.
This background doesn't have the naked chick on it. That's good.
Wait, what?
Dodged a naked bullet there.
Right. So when you guys get over to the Axe Watch point, you do see that the highway that leads there sort of veers off, and there's sort of these different like cul-de-sacs where people could park to go hiking. It seems like people really haven't done that in a while. Some of them have actually like broken down cars with like graffiti on them that have been stripped, and some of them seems like people don't really come up here anymore.
Aww.
But you could park the vehicle here or down closer to the graveyard in the wilderness if you wanted to. It's up to you.
I feel sorry for whoever Bryn is buried here, Bryn.
Yeah. So this is because this is the graveyard. So all those markers are graves.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's like a giant area missing a grave.
It's very well organized. My compliments to whoever planned this.
They skipped the grave.
They skipped a grave where the tree is?
Well, maybe someone
No,
wanted to be buried next to someone else.
You mean row 2, the second slot?
Yeah, we're talking about this up here.
Mm-hmm.
We should investigate.
I want to see that.
Mhm.
All right. Well, as you guys begin walking up to the sort of red rock formation, you can see it's actually pretty beautiful. There's this arch that's like 15 feet up in the air. It's these red stone that connects down to these other stones, giant red formations next to it that sort of go up out of the ground like a wave. But it something strange about the rock. It almost doesn't look natural. So with your druidic knowledge, if you want to make a nature check on it, you can. But also, you see someone sitting up on top of the arch in a cross-legged with their hands out, making these symbols with their hands, sort of meditative stance. You would know Motoko. This is definitely like someone who has some sort of meditation like background. They may be a martial artist. They may not be. You're not exactly sure, but they're just sort of sitting up on this thing, in their little meditative pose.
Can I recognize the pose with a religion roll?
Yeah, actually.
Nice.
I don't recognize it.
Oh no.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
There goes all that lore. I'm just gonna erase that. No, I'm just kidding. Just erase all that lore.
Just gone.
Yeah.
I rolled an 8, so I don't think I'm gonna be much help either.
So
Some
what you do
person-
get is, oh, good.
I was just going to say Dis's bag is rolled up and stuffed in the tree.
And like a squirrel.
Yes.
All the items, yeah. All of the
Yeah.
magic
In a hole.
items are in the tree. No.
Shoved in
And-
this tree.
And it still has that one guy's brother's head inside the bag.
Oh my god, that's right. Forgot that there were
Why
body
are we
parts in
keeping
that
this
thing.
again? I don't know. Well, we need it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
but
needed
just keep
we needed it to piss him off for the final showdown.
We just gotta prove that we killed him. It's fine.
Look, it's like when the guy George what's his fuck in the original Clash of the Titans holds up Medusa's head at the
Actually had a
Kraken.
purpose.
So
Go ahead,
Please,
Woodrow.
Castle.
Sorry.
you guys, what you get with that check, with the low check, is that the stone is definitely not natural, but you're not sure about much more than that. Yeah, and you see this person up 15 feet in the air on this sort of big stone arch that leads into this graveyard. In the graveyard, you see a single tree, a bunch of graves that are sort of all over the place. And in the middle, though, up against that tree is sort of a large shrine of some sort to someone. Can't really see from here. And then in the back, there's another platform of this red rock that seems sculpted in some way, where there's a sort of slab, like a grave slab with 3 plaques above it, and then next to it is these 2 cloaked winged figures. They look almost Reaper-like in nature, and then it leads up to this spot that overlooks all of this and looks past back into the mountain range behind, where you see a red stone sort of peeking up, and there is a axe sort of shoved deep into the stone. And you would recognize the axe Well, not your character, but you would if you. Shelly would recognize the axe though as it's one of the founders' weapons who basically founded the city and claimed this land.
I relay that to
was-
the team.
Yeah, it was one of her weapons, and this graveyard site was essentially for like the founders and people who were important to them.
Quick, Astrid, run up, grab it, and yell by the power of Grayskull.
Oh, thank you. I don't feel like desecrating a clearly holy shrine type area where a bunch of people have been laid to rest. I don't.
So, I'm
I don't
gonna
want them to
wave at
come
the
up and kill
person
me.
who's up on the arch.
You're gonna wave.
Silently. Yes, silently.
Okay. As you silently wave, you guys sort of start approaching, and when you get within 15 feet of this person as they're up there and you're moving, their head sort of moves and they sort of like open their eyes and look down over at you as you're walking up, and he's like, "Oh, guests!" And he kind of like hops up, spins, and slides down the side of this arch and kind of hops down. Next to you guys, and sort of does like a little flourish as he's coming off acrobatically and lands, and sort of eyes you all up. And
I turn to Vidar. It's a leprechaun.
Oh, stop.
no, you see a human man. It looks like he might be half orc, but the orcish features are very subtle. Like a slight tint of gray or green to the skin, and the canine, like the lower teeth are sort of pronounced like tusk-like, but not like a typical orc where they're sticking out of the mouth. But when he sort of opens his mouth to greet you, you can kind of see him. He's like, "Hey, I think I know you. I've seen you in the park." And he points to you, Motoko, and kind of walks in front of you and just goes, "Hey, what brings you guys here?"
Oh, just checking the place out. You know, lived here a long time. Never been up here. Looks nice, peaceful.
Sort of walks around and he's kind of eyeing you up and down, Motoko, and goes, I've seen you in the park practicing."
Yeah, you
So-
you mentioned that a moment ago.
"So, up for a friendly spar?" Sort of like cocks an eye at you.
Perfect.
I look behind me at all the graves. Is this really the place for something like that?
I mean, it's peaceful. It's nice.
So's the park.
Perfect place for a friendly spar.
You've seen me in the park. Why not ask me in the park?
He's sorry, what was that?
You've seen me in the park. Why not ask me in the park?
Well, you seem to be in your moment. I didn't want to disrupt your training. Here, you're just sort of interrupting mine.
Ooh.
I
You were
understand
having a
if you're
moment
afraid.
up there?
Ooh.
Oh, please don't appeal to my ego.
The second he said afraid, I'm like, oh!
You have no idea what my capabilities are. I understand. Or is it that you don't know your own? And you can see now he's trying to like definitely taunt you. Probably not the nicest person or very eager to see what your skills are. One of the two. You can make an insight check if you want to try and get a better read of the person and why he's doing it if you want.
I very subtly
can.
move my quarterstaff and bring it down on Astrid's toe. When she goes, ooh.
No.
Fucking rude!
21 for insight.
21. Okay, he doesn't seem to be malicious, but definitely aggressive in the
Obnoxious?
attempt to... Yeah, you could say obnoxious, but definitely aggressively trying to get you to try something. He definitely wants to test your abilities, or test his own abilities, more like it is what you're feeling.
Can I tell anything about the way he moves, possible fighting styles, boxer or martial arts, anything like that?
So, definitely a martial artist. You think you've heard of the style. Something about the monks of the inner flame or inner fire. Something something along that. They work on seeing the true world beyond the illusion of physicality. They work a lot on blindfolded techniques, trying to use their inner eyes to see the world for what it truly is.
Why is everything fucking fire in this world?
One of their abilities that like people talk about, like, you know how some people have like the dim mock or whatever. This one is like they can see the truth of things at their highest enlightenment. Like they can see through, you know, illusions and lies and those sort of things. That's sort of their calling, or the lore around that style.
Fine, just not near the graveyard.
1 second.
Before they begin to fight, can I like walk over to Motoko and in their ear, and I'm like,
You keep them distracted. I think the rest of us ought to snoop around.
Did she say it as loud as that? Because that'd be funny as fuck.
that'd be good.
Oh shit!
While this conversation has
like-
been going on, Vidar has been
that's up to
scanning the
Shelly.
trees.
The trees, yeah. You think you guys are out here alone?
Okay.
Look out for Charlie in the trees.
I mean, you know, you're talking about being a distraction. Perhaps he is a distraction, and there are people in the trees waiting to ambush.
Accurate.
That's a good point.
No.
Didn't think about that.
You definitely don't see that anyone in the trees like that waiting.
Okay.
Huh.
It's like, all right. Well, while you guys like grab us,
I was gonna say,
have a look around.
maybe Astrid and Vidar go for a walk, and I can hand him the Viewmaster.
I'll take the I'll take the Viewmaster.
That's what I've named it, by the way.
Like Mitoko's like, here, and then Astrid takes it, and then Vidar's just like, no.
Thank you.
Like, we saw what you produce.
Huh.
So now I like, if that's how it goes down, if you're cool with that, Luke. Okay,
That's probably how it
Astrid
would
is-
go down.
Astrid is now just following Vidar with like a small pouty face, like.
So you guys are walking off into the graveyard and letting Motoko sort of duel alone and watching through the Viewmaster? Is that what?
Well,
is that what-
Shelly, I think, is gonna stay with
I'll-
us.
I'll
since
be your
she's the
second.
healer.
So Shelly's gonna make sure that, you know, Motoko doesn't get killed.
I'll
Gotcha.
be there in case Makoto goes down. I'll be there second.
Is this to yield to blood or to death? Before I say yes.
Ooh. Yeah.
to yield.
I was gonna say, hold up. That got violent for a minute.
Yeah, I actually am gonna stretch, so I'm prepared for this. Take off my jacket.
Mitoko's like shadowboxing. Okay, alright.
I'm actually sitting here in front of my desk, stretching out my shoulders
Oh
and
yeah, we
stuff.
should all
Of
probably
course
stretch.
you
That's a
are.
good idea.
My shoulder
Right?
just popped too. Gotta get
So
that
you
looked
guys-
at, Shelly.
Oh yeah, I'm getting old.
I meant the
As
cybernetics,
you,
but
The data's getting
I
old
just-
on those too.
go ahead.
Yeah. You guys square up against each other, get into your stances. I need initiative rolls from both of you to see who goes first.
Is this unarmed or with hand weapons or what?
Whatever you want, you can go unarmed. They seem to be going unarmed, but they don't seem to be
Okay.
telling you not to use your staff when you had it out, so. 8 plus 2, so that's only 10. Okay. There's no. Yep.
Hey, 25.
So you go first.
I move to do quarterstaff. Yeah.
Yeah, so you move in. They sort of, try to move back, but you close the distance and begin to attack with your quarterstaff. Go ahead and make me a roll.
14 plus 3 is 17 to hit.
17 does hit. So your quarterstaff connects.
And can I specify that this damage is what do you call it? Subdual?
Yeah, you could say it's subdual damage, 100%.
6 plus 1, 7.
All right, nice. So a solid hit with your action. You still have bonus if you'd like to use it.
Yeah, how many times do I get that? Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. I think you got, with the level 2, you got your first key point, didn't you? Or your first
I
2
did.
or something like that? Yeah, nice.
Oh shit, I don't even know what these things do. I'm sorry, 1 second.
No, you're good. Are you looking for like your flurry of blow type thing, or?
Well, and I'm also trying to see what patient defense is.
Oh, yeah. Because that's a good one too, if you don't want to get hit. I think it gives them disadvantage to try and attack you. So you go like into a defensive sort of.
You spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn.
Yeah, so they have disadvantage to try and hit you.
Okay.
All right, so I got 2 dice now. So you sort of go in, you hit with your staff, extend out and smack him, and he sort of moves to try and get into a position to hit back, but you sort of spun around and he has to adjust to hit you. So he's rolling with disadvantage on his unarmed strike for his first attack. Ooh, it's a lower one, so 9 plus 4 is not going to hit. So the first one he tries to hit you, but he's hits where you were instead of where you should have been, where you were going. And then his second attack, he's going to try. That is a little better, but still disadvantage, so he takes the 15. That is going to hit. That is a 15 plus 4, so 19. Hits a 16. So he's going to do... I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. And you take... Well, I'm actually going to roll this instead of take the average since we're at low level. Well, 5. 5 plus 2. So 7 bludgeoning damage and a Constitution check.
Why
And that
can't I
bludgeoning
see my
goes to the shield.
Constitution score?
It'll be your save. So it'll be where your saves are.
Yeah, but it just says... Okay, well, whatever a 14 is. Yeah, I have a plus 0.
Actually... Oh, you have a plus 0 on con? Okay, so yeah, you got a 14, which beats the 13 Constitution saving throw. So as he sort of connects with that second hit, adjusting with the disadvantage, you can see that his hand, as he hits, is sort of does this little flourish as he pulls away, and you can see sparks and flames sort of start to ignite. But he looks at his hand and goes like, makes a face of disappointment as his form hasn't fully gone off, and then he actually doesn't have the bonus action. He actually just has 2 attacks as a NPC type character. So then it is your turn, actually.
Okay. I'm going to try quarterstaff again.
Okay.
Yeah. $13. Oh, 13 plus 3, 16.
16? Okay, so yeah, even with the parry, that would hit. So that hits.
Okay. And then, sorry, an 8. Ooh, 3 plus 1 is 4 points.
4? Okay, so it's 11, 12. Heard?
Where can
And
I see
that's
my
your-
key points?
Should be in like the abilities or whatever. Like that first tab, if you scroll down, or your weapons, and it shows all your weapon attacks and shit. Should show you your key points. Scroll.
Oh, I see it. Okay. I'm gonna do flurry of the blow.
Nice. Yeah, so 2 more attacks.
A 12, so 15, which I don't think hits.
Well,
And then
it hits the armor. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the 15 is about to hit. It actually feels like you're about to make contact as he sort of moves and holds up his forearm and causes it to slide off as he uses his reaction to parry, adding 2 to his AC, giving him a 16. So the 15 will miss, but your second?
Is a 15 plus 3 is 18, so I assume that hits.
Yeah, and he doesn't. Yeah, 18 is going to hit, and he can't parry even if he wanted to because it's a reaction. So
5
go ahead and
points.
give me damage. 5? Ooh, okay. Yes. You can see as he parried that spot, you can tell your hit was actually a strong hit, and it sort of like bruised part of his arm. You can see it sort of starting to welt up. And where you made the second contact is sort of turning red and welting as well, like across his neck. And he sort of stands back, shakes it off, and comes in for a set of attacks. And you didn't, so these are just 2 straight attacks, no disadvantage. Which that one's not gonna hit. That's a 14, but a 17 plus 4 is 21. That will hit. And I need you to make me a strength saving throw this time.
Good. Actually, have a plus then. 15 plus 2.
Okay, so you can tell that when he tries to hit, and I'll roll the damage right now. The hit does go through. You take 7 bludgeoning, and he moves his arm to try he moves his arm in a way that shifts his elbow down from the attack, trying to hit the staff in your hand and disarm you, but you maintain the grip. And he sort of like rubs his elbow like Jackie Chan and goes back into his stance. He's gonna hit you with his second. Oh, he misses the second attack. So that is his turn. So it's your turn now. You can see he's actually getting frustrated. He thought he had the advantage on you just from watching your training, but it turns out to not be the case.
I did just level up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see here. That's both my keys. So I need to finish this.
Finish
All right.
it.
Staff, a 21.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
7 plus 1, so 8.
Okay, so 8. So that brings him. Oh shit, 8. That is a 22. So I was gonna have him give up after this because I figured he was gonna get really close to his max. But you hit his max. So how would you like to actually subdue him? You can knock him out. You can just do so much damage that it sort of like lowers him to a knee. How would you like to have your victory?
Like I don't get just an uppercut that knocks him into the air and onto his ass.
Okay, yeah. So you just sort of like leave him back here, sort of unconscious for like a few minutes, and he kind of gets up and.
Can I drag him under a tree?
Yeah, you can sort of drag him sort of under a tree. Boom.
I'm being nice. I don't want to leave him in the sun.
Yeah, as you're walking away to join your friends at the graveyard, as they're sort of walking around, and Shelly joins you. He kind of comes to, rubbing the side of his jaws. He kind of goes, "Yeah, you got that one fair and square. Next time to park, I'll take your advice." And he sort of starts headed back wherever he came from.
I just wave and say, "Good on ya."
Nice.
Hey,
so
he didn't try to fight dirty, so yeah.
No, he just tried to light you on fire.
Yep, I could kind of tell that with the sparks and stuff.
So yeah, you guys can go ahead and finish doing the investigating of this area. Let's see. Yeah.
Now, did you say the graves were made out of an interesting stone material?
So the stone itself isn't necessarily fascinating or interesting. It's just like a red rock. It's more of the formation and the structure, which you can actually make me a. Let's see. For you, it wouldn't be arcane because it's not arcane. Wouldn't be religion. You can give me
Nature.
a history check. Or nature,
History?
yeah, nature too. History or nature.
Okay. I've got a higher history, so I'll go with that.
This would be like history of structures and craftsmanship and masonry and shit like that.
19.
19.
19.
So you saw Aster sort of looking at the stone for a second, kind of write it off, like, oh, that's weird or whatever. So you start kind of looking at the stone and the gravestones, and it definitely wasn't chiseled. It was constructed in a very unique way. If maybe it was some of the easier graves were maybe poured, maybe it was superheated and poured, but the rest of the rock is kind of formed in the same way, and they didn't superheat and pour the wave structures in the stone and the slabs that's up here where these statues and the grave slab is up here. It was formed in some way or shaped. It's kind of beyond your knowledge of craftsmanship. So even with that high one, you're not exactly sure how it was done. Nothing conventional, at least.
All right. Make a note of it to ask Vervok about later.
I just
Can
sort
I
of
try history just to get a different slant?
what kind of what sort of history would you be coming from? You wouldn't be coming from like the structural or like masonry sort of history. Would you be coming from more of like history of the city, like
Yeah, exactly. Of the founders.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a history roll.
Since you said that this was related to the 19. Plus 2.
21.
Yes. Dirty.
Is there is there anything specifically you're trying to glean? Any specific information, or do you want just
Like
general?
how would these relate to like why are these graves here? Like I understand like the commemoration to Bryn with the axe, but how do these specific graves relate? Is this like the first generation of people on the planet, or
Well, as you
That's kinda
start
what I'm
looking
thinking
at them, you see all these names. You see like Renaj and Samina Tago. You see Bisk, Fashish. You see someone named Bach, Stellar. You see one named Zalnan, and these are all. They seem to be people who like sort of the first founders and all the people that were important to them. This is their own personal gravesite for their sort of journey. And as you continue this sort of like looking around, you do see in the back here there's a plaque on this sort of this shrine in the middle, and then there's these plaques here and a plaque up by the axe, and they're all sort of these different little stories. The one next to the two Valkyrie type statues, like they're sort of like guarding this monument. This is supposedly magic axe. This axe is claimed to be heavier than a collapsed star and is buried deep into the red stone. There's names, a dozen names painted and chiseled onto it, like people have come here, like kids have sort of come here and marked their territory. That seems to be the referred to as the axe that forged the city. There is also, it tells a sweet little tale that recounts an adventure in a faraway place. It tells of fantastical creatures, fiendish technology, and a great sacrifice to ensure a better future for those to come. Above the grave slab, there's the wall with the red rock and the three plaques. One thanks the greatest partner in life one could ask for, how they were always there to make the hard choices and to make sure every single angle was covered. Another plaque.
This is like legit gonna make me cry. I just want you to know that.
Another thanks a traveler. Huh.
So no, go ahead.
So another thanks a traveler for their moment in time, the insight their experience and travels gave to help bring their lost souls home. The final one is less of a thanks than more of an I told you so about a second chance at life and a request to stop messing with things beyond their comprehension. And these three plaques seem to be left by the main, quote unquote, who's revered as like the main founder. It would be Bryn, this person named Bryn, who the axe belongs to, left these messages for these three people above her grave in these plaques. You do see like little commemorative like sigils in them. You see like a lantern and an hourglass on the one that thanks the person for their time. The one for the best partner, you see dagger and boots. And then the one that's more or less of a thank you, you see a set of dice in a bag. And then on the grave slab stone, you see a similar sigil that is a axe and stone.
I'm not blowing my nose.
I know, right?
In the
I didn't think
graveyard.
that I was this attached.
Well, it's a lot of
Thank
time.
you for
A lot
warning
of
me
time.
so I wouldn't take my pills right before you started reading that shit.
There's another plaque on the shrine by the tree in the center that talks about an orc shaman who was gone before the city was ever made, but his body was brought here and put to rest in the roots of the tree. And there are a lot of gravestones with names. You know, you have the Bryn, the plaques of Discordia, Kronos, and Steve. The tree plaque is Korgak. And then you have all these other graves. Astrid, go ahead and give me a nature check. Or religion. Whichever one's higher for you, actually.
They're exactly the same. They're both 0, so 14.
A 14 is high enough. You needed a 13. There's something about all of this that is strange. The land here is definitely different. When you walked into the sort of red rock formation, it seems like this place has been hollowed or left. There's like an end of a connection left here for something or someone. It seems divine in a sense and based in nature, shamanic ritual. Like you would have recognized some of this this feeling from like the hut where Sweetmane lives. It's sort of that same tranquil feeling, like this is a place to be either revered or was to ensure that nothing bad happened to the bodies here, essentially. As you're connecting to that tether, that feeling like you do that Sweetmane has taught you how to bond with nature, you actually start to see on the graves some of the names. You see some of the letters have this ethereal glow to them. You see the O in Discordia, the N in Bryn, the K in Kronos, the E in Steve, the W in Akbanok, the P in Perry, the A in Zalnan, the H in Itham. And Itham was, just so you remember, because I don't think you remember who that is, that's the wild elf that taught you how to tattoo, the one that was with the orc Ravix.
Okay.
The one we rescued from the mall.
Yep.
Right.
The T and Tago for Renaj and Samina. They were the 2 elf twins you rescued early on. Renaj was the guy who was mining that island and you were using him to fly the ship around. And then the H in Fashish and the T in Stellar. I'm going to go ahead and post all the letters so you don't have to try to write them as I ramble that off. I have all.
You went so fast I did not catch them.
Yeah, I know. We are going.
I was like, oh
close to
shit.
the timeout, so I want to make sure that I'll post them in this chat and our chat, just because.
Wahoo!
Chat might be interested in knowing the letters, so. I'm posting them in private now.
I understand that completely.
Boom. So yeah, you have these letters that mean something. You're not exactly sure. But it's connected to this tranquility in this hallowed druidic space or shamanic space.
I make sure that I relay to the rest of the group that I am seeing letters glow, and I let them know what the letters are.
Yeah, so you guys would all have those letters now.
Fascinating.
Yeah, we get to actually do dungeons and puzzles and stuff, guys.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, you wanna talk about dyslexia? I'm writing this in my notes. And I have fucked up the order that you gave them in. I have fucked up 8 ways till Sunday because I was just like NOWAKPETHHT. Yeah, it's fine. It's all it's the same. It's just
pet.
no.
Nokapet. It's a Cthulhu god. It's a Lovecraftian entity.
Yeah. I mean,
I actually have a few of those in here, like Thepix and
yeah.
Yogg-Daboth and Baal Magoth. All kinds of creepy lore.
It translates to bacon.
I will accept that answer.
Eldritch bacon.
Eldritch bacon.
I'm
You
not
thought
good at
regular
wording.
bacon was bad for you.
But yeah, you guys can also go ahead and take this time to take pictures of the graves if you want, and build that portfolio to send away to get those gold credits.
Perfect.
If you guys
Hey, I
want.
figured it out. It's the path wonk.
No, you got 2.
I know it
Two
isn't.
of 3. The path is correct.
Ooh, okay. Wonk. Known.
Yeah, the path known.
K-N-O-W.
The known
K-N-O-W.
path?
But it's not known. There's only one N.
Mm-hmm.
Know the path. Know the path.
Know the path?
Ding 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 ding.
Woohoo! Yippee!
Is that it?
Well done!
I don't know. What do? You think they spell something? What do you do?
I'm going
I
to
figure
say
out
it.
that I figure out that they spell know the path, and I just randomly blurted out like I just did going through
But
all of this.
When you
I say it wrong.
Yeah.
I say the path no.
The path, no. So when you say that out loud and you're connecting to this, you're sort of like right on the right track. You do get this breeze that blows through, and it's been relatively still, and it's a nice calming breeze. Like you're on the right path.
Figure your shit out. That's what it's saying.
But you get the sense from that saying it out loud, even right, is not necessarily what you need to do.
Okay, so I feel like I say it wrong, and then Matoko is like, "Are you trying to say know the path or whatever?" And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, I don't know what this means though."
Do we have some chalk or something or
So,
salt?
Vidar. I almost said Kronos.
Yeah.
'Cause I just said Kronos a little bit ago. Vidar, if you want, now that you know that these are some magical in some way, you can try to make either a religion or arcana check on them. Arcana will be a little bit harder because of the nature of this magic, but
Right.
you can try to sort of discern something about these sigils that are on the graves, because there's obviously something different about these letters than the other ones, even though at first glance you can't tell.
What if we touch them in order?
I'll go with Arcana. I have a +5.
Arcana?
So we'll, yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you have the +5, might as well. Yeah.
That's a dirty 20. 15 + 5.
Dirty. Okay.
Ooh.
So they are similar to like an arcane mark. So
Okay.
something you would leave behind for someone specific to find, someone who knows what they're looking for. There's different properties to them. They can be sort of found through attuning to the area over time, like meditating there. So sometimes they're made to show through that a specific meditative practice. Sometimes through touch, swiping your hand over it is to reveal it, or sometimes certain lights can reveal it. But there's other mechanisms to these arcane sigils than just sort of them showing themselves sometimes.
Okay. I relay that to the group.
Certain light,
Can I
like dawn, dusk kind of light, or like get a UV flashlight kind of light.
neon lights?
Arcane light, probably.
I can't.
Can I try attuning and see, like, I don't know if I can use my insight?
So you
to get
feel that you already are attuned to it, which is why you can see it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're attuned to the area essentially.
Hey, can't religious people do something flames with the flames?
Flames.
What would you like to be done with fire?
I
Burn
ain't
it
got
with
nothing
fire.
with fire. Oh,
Um,
sacred flame? You talking about sacred flame?
Oh, that's only on a creature.
So I wanna look around and see if there's, so after kind of seeing, like, the path, I want to look around some of these areas and see if I can find, like, any kind of, like, hidden offshoot or something from, like a path that isn't readily
Go ahead and give me a survival check.
noticeable. Okay. Thank goodness.
And
you
if
said
someone,
survival.
if anyone wants to help, you can roll with advantage. You get an
Yes,
8.
I will help.
You have
We
I
will
will
all
be-
help.
Taking pictures.
18.
15. So that's
18.
18. Okay, so that is good enough to know that there's no man-made path out of this place that lead anywhere other than the path that led you to the graveyard. There are the 2 breaks in the stone that technically lead out of the graveyard, but there's no path that you can follow beyond them other than just walking out them and going your own way, right? So with that survival check, you do know that there's no physical path you're supposed to follow. The path must be more
Mental, spiritual.
Metaphysical.
Hmm.
Okay, there's 2 things that I want to do. One, can I check the area that seems to be where a grave is missing?
Yeah.
Just to see if I get anything around there that seems off, because that...
Or maybe there's a knocked over
Sorry.
stone buried in the grass.
No, it just seems to be a plot that wasn't filled. With your, as you look through it, just
That's bizarre, though.
Can I also go up and check where the axe is slammed down into the rock? I'm gonna go up and look around there and see if I can find anything bizarre or movable or something with the axe.
No, other than the graffiti and stuff that has either been carved or drawn onto the area, it's not much in terms of the letters or anything to do with the path. It seems to just have the little story, and then the axe itself sitting in the stone.
Can I try to pick up the axe?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
I cheer.
Good lord. Can anybody assist me in this?
This is not, this, I mean, you could assist in it, but go ahead and
I have a
roll.
negative, that's why I say that. Oh, but I got a 20 on the dice!
No way.
20 on the dice, -1, so a 19.
So, as you are pulling and straining, whoever comes over to help, to assist, begins to pull and yank and strain with you. No movement. This thing feels very, very in place. It's definitely an unmovable object.
Okay.
It would take, from what you're feeling, incredible strength to remove this.
Okay.
I do not possess.
Divine
I got
strength.
high strength.
I have -1 to my strength. I am not gonna be.
Your
Can I?
buddy has a
Prepared.
spaceship and a
Question. Can I cast Divine Favor and ask to be lent some strength for my god?
So what are the limitations of divine favor? What does
Let me
the
see.
spell say?
It says you target yourself. Your prayer empowers you with divine radiance until your spell ends. Oh, it's for weapon attacks. Never mind. It's not actually.
You could
a favor.
grab the weapon and cast that into it and just for shits and giggles if you want to, because it is a weapon.
Can I try it?
Yeah. So you grab it, you cast Divine Favor. Go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage.
Okay, alright. What is my athletics at? Oh, +3.
Yeah, look at you. I need to work on my athletics. That's pretty
Muscular
18.
old turtle.
So 18.
Yes.
With the 18, you get to sort of the same thing. Astrid sort of stops trying, and you're like, I've got one more in me. And grab it and cast the spell. And you try again, and it doesn't move. But you can feel there's sort of... Like, everyone watching doesn't see it move. But, Shelly, you can feel like there's a slight... Just ever the slightest as it changed angle. It didn't come out at all or move, but a slight change in angle. And you don't think it has to do with the strength you exerted, but yeah.
Oh, can I look around to see if there's any indicators to like what religion it responds to specifically, or if it's just religion in general?
So just give me a religion check to see if this is to try to. Essentially, what Astrid did is like kind of commune, because it is a divine space. It's a divine hallowed space. With your divine, you can. So just give me a religion check to sort of general communion.
Oh, I got a nat 1.
Okay.
Plus
So
3.
you do connect, and I'll say this: with the nat 1, it's not like a failure or whatever, but you get a strong inkling that like. It's going to take divine favor to move this. Someone has to be chosen by whatever spirit hangs over this place. And the movement or whatever you felt that no one else saw made to just be an acknowledgement of like the divine nature you put into the axe, essentially. It sort of drank your spell in, and liked it. You kind of get that from the one, but not much more.
Okay.
got nothing to.
With that, you definitely think that if this is something, it's something for a different time, or after you maybe have figured something out, or.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll have to come back to it. She's a little stuck.
She ain't the moving. Okay. I'm at a loss for what to do.
Meanwhile,
Well, I
I
will
have
say-
taken pictures of the area, managing to not get everybody in the shots.
Thank you.
Well,
You're
I will
welcome.
say that someone already did say something very close to the answer.
All right. I take Montoko's advice. We go around and we touch all the letters in order.
You touch all the letters in order. So as you touch the
Yeah.
first one, the K, it
Uh-huh.
glows a different color and sort of
Ooh.
brightens.
Does it glow green or does it glow red?
No, it glows a brighter blue from like an ethereal
Damn,
light
okay.
blue. And then it does the red ring of death. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, damn
You
it.
gotta wrap it in a towel and let it go for a couple hours.
Got to put it in the
So-
oven. What are you talking about?
You know that actually works.
So I-
Yeah. Had to reflow my
yell-
PS3 when it yellotted. Anyway.
I yelled at everybody else that I think we have to touch them in order, and so I asked if everyone could just spread out because I don't want to run and touch everyone at these graves, and see if we can do it as a group, if we can
Ooh,
as a
good
group get
idea.
information instead of it just being me running around like.
Yeah, you do notice
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it does take like once you press one, you have a certain amount of time to press another one to start the clock again. So like you do have to really, if you're to do it by yourself, but like it's kind of hard to do. So that's a good.
How
Okay.
many letters were there?
It's know
However
the
many
path.
are in
so-
know the path. 8 plus 3, whatever that is. 11.
11.
11.
So each one of us gets 3 letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Spread out.
As you press them, when they all lock into a bright arcane blue, as know the path is spelled out, they all sort of give off almost like this chime that sort of fades as another breeze of wind blows through, and they fade. But what you do see is out of the tree, a spirit sort of stands up from the roots. This old orcish, sort of like shaman warrior with a staff, and holds out his finger and points, and extending from his body is almost like an astral tether, but it's the spell Know the Path that essentially winds out, and you can see it going out this. Let me open my Photoshop again real quick. You can see, I think I have a thing for it. Yeah, right here. Boom. As he points off, this sort of ethereal strand extends from him and goes out towards the mountain behind the graveyard. And that's where we will end tonight's session.
Ooh.
I turn to Vidar and say, "Don't take a picture of this."
No, I think not.
Dude, this is freaking nuts.
I like it. I like it.
Very good, very good. Lots of
You went from
mysteries.
cyberpunk to fantasy.
Yeah. Some shit went down.
Oh yeah. And,
I'm gonna remove the sharing.
nice homages to last season.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the perfect hint to last season. I totally didn't feel like I was gonna cry at all. I didn't realize I was not attached to my characters.
Kicks us off into the next adventure.
Yeah.
Wahoo!
Well, thank you to the 148 viewers that we have through X, Twitch, YouTube, and our one viewer or one like that we got over on Facebook. We appreciate all of you guys. You are amazing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Valkyries Play so you don't miss any of this amazing story. It's only been, oh gosh, you did the Cruella. It's only been 2 episodes, and it's already better than almost everything that's on Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever. So
That is true.
definitely make sure that you come over here. And I agree with some person. He says, come to YouTube, damn it. He wants people to talk with him in the chat, which means you have to come over to YouTube and hit that sub button, and so you can chat with all of us.
Yes, indeed.
I was trying to. I had so many tabs open this time, I couldn't really say much. I have it popped out, but
Don't do anything too crazy. We don't need you to blow up your computer.
melting my laptop.
Right? But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out and watching, and see you next week. Everyone have a safe 4th of July. Don't blow off any appendage you don't intend to.
Be safe.
Yes.
Have fun.
Happy 4th.
Bye
Have a
everybody.
good one. Bye.